Okay.
Behind the season, the second longest.
Francis, what's going on, bro? We're already live.
Oh, really?
We live already. I said we gotta get this moment.
You're right. I'm gonna turn my audio off from the game. There we go.
All right, we got Frazier up.
Frazier.
All right, Frazier, let's make some magic here.
Yo, you guys can hear me?
Yeah, we already live, man. We already on.
Anybody surprised he went to Frazier here?
Not really.
Yeah. I thought he probably would have.
First pitch swinging. Okay.
Frazier ain't messing around. He's trying to get this one.
Yeah. How's it feel? Three straight batters getting on base to start out an inning.
Oh my God.
Unbelievable.
Let's go.
It's like a different team. I don't know what team I'm watching.
It's like, who is this?
Let's go.
What club is this?
I think.
All right, everybody in the chat, let's go.
Oh, there we go. There we go. I'll take it.
What is it? You ahead of me.
You ahead of both of you. I already.
You guys ahead of every. I'm way. Oh, I'll take that.
Like,
okay. All right, we're gonna have different reactions today.
I'll take it.
That's why I was like confused. I was like, nobody's talking.
Oh man. So Joe is the first one. I'm the second one. You're the third one, Pete. How are you guys watching?
I'm on I have my cable box hooked up to my monitor.
Okay.
I'll take it.
I'm streaming here on the laptop. You watching on TV, Pete?
No, I got it. I'm streaming also.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I had to change streams like 2 or 3 times because Brian Hoke was like giving me things before. I hate when that happens.
I know. I hate that. Sometimes I hate when I put like game day on too, and game day is always ahead.
Oh man, it's the worst.
Come on, Frazier, keep it rolling.
Yeah, come on.
I'm laughing at everybody in the chat that's saying yes, a lead.
They're like, what is that? A lead in the 8th inning?
What does that even mean?
Who are these people?
Dude said a run is a run is a run is a run. Yes, it is.
Oh, there's Chappie.
Yes, it is.
It's a fact.
Come on, Frazier.
Yeah, don't even swing. They're throwing it all over the place.
Yeah. You know what it is? We're messing up their game plan because we're actually swinging the bat, so they don't know what to do.
they say, damn, they're swinging that fastballs down the middle. What are we doing?
Like, oh, man. Oh, close. Okay. They've been doing that all game. You see that?
All right, I'm gonna have that nice delayed reaction.
Oh.
Here we go, full count.
Damn.
This dude said like it's a World Series game. It feels like it. I feel like we're about to win right now.
Joe said, damn, and I ain't see it yet. So now let me see. Oh, Clinty.
Struck him out. Struck it. Wait, hold on. Oh, here we go. What we go? You guys fooling me now.
Pop up.
Look at this. Frazier, man. Frazier, at least Hicks walked. At least Hicks drew a walk.
Yeah.
Come on.
All right, we got one out. We got, man, listen.
It's an RBI man right here. Come on. Oh, I thought it was staying up. I'm so confused with all the pinch hitters.
God, man, Frazier's struggling, man.
They walked Stanton to get to Torres with
one. Oh, they walked him.
Loaded?
Yeah, that tells you a lot right there. That tells you a lot. That tells you a lot.
If this doesn't wake him up, come on.
Look, this right here, a hit right here in this moment, that could be the turnaround.
Yeah, that
could be the turnaround. This is big.
This is huge.
This is big. Huge. This is big for the momentum of the team going forward, for real.
Oh, man.
Big at bat. Biggest at bat of the year so far. Right here.
Gleyber Torres, how do you sleep at night? They just
oh my God, Gleyber.
Oh
no,
that doesn't sound good. That sounds like a double play ball.
No, man. What happened? I got a ball.
I got a ball too. I haven't.
He popped up to center field. DJ couldn't even tag
Get
on.
Get the fuck out of here,
man.
It's embarrassing. I wouldn't even have swung at anything until I had 2 strikes at that at bat.
Yeah, there it goes. Yeah, he popped up.
Was that even in the zone?
I don't even think so. I think it went inside.
Come on. Take a damn pitch.
Glaber, he's pressing something terrible right now.
Glaber got some options left.
We're gonna option him back to Caracas.
Yeah, he's stupid.
Option him back to Venezuela.
What are we doing?
You gotta
What are we doing?
Glay. We need. Oh, Glay.
Dude, he's missing the zone. Just eat the pictures.
I'm about to have to make a call to President Maduro over there.
Yeah, like
Hey, Maduro, look, you got to take your boy back, man.
at least for a month.
Yeah, give him a month. Come on, Glay. What are you?
Something.
Come on.
Look, you see, Ford took a pitch.
There you go, Ford.
That's all you gotta do. Take a pitch. He's a granny coming up. Watch this. Watch this grand slam right here.
Like, I'm loving the mustache.
If he hits a grand slam, I'm buying the whole team shirts.
Oh, that's what I'm talking
So
about.
does he get fined for that mustache, or is it? I'm confused.
No,
on
you
that.
can have a mustache on the Yankees.
Yeah, that's a part of the rules. You could do the mustache. You can't do the beard though.
Got you.
You can't have it connecting nowhere.
Yeah, you can't.
It's
It's true.
It just gotta be right there.
because didn't Thurman? Was it Thurman?
Thurman Munson had a big mustache. So did Madeline. Madeline.
Yeah,
had it.
Donnie Baseball.
Yeah, I remember Mattingly
mustache.
had one.
Munson had one too.
Well, who was the we had a pitcher that had the handlebars
Guidry.
down there. Guidry.
Oh, no. Guidry had. What you talking about? Oh my God, what's his name?
Yo, we sound terrible. We can't think of this guy. This is trademark. That handlebar.
I know exactly who you're talking. He just said something
3-0.
recently, and everybody got mad at him and stuff.
Oh man.
Oh my God, somebody might say it in the chat before.
3-0, bases loaded.
Oh man. I love it, Mike. That's what I'm talking. Take pitches. Take pitches, man.
I would just take this pitch.
Oh, my webcam is killing me today.
He has to.
There you go. Let's go. They're giving us runs right
What do we
here.
got
Let's
right
go.
now?
He walked. They walked him on 4 pitches.
All right.
I still haven't
All right.
seen it. I'm 3-0. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm 302 right now. And we behind.
Ball 4. Let's go. I'll take it, baby.
Joe, how does it feel to be so ahead?
I feel bad because, like, I don't know if I should say something or just wait.
No, your emotions aren't going to be able to stop you from doing what you got to say, man.
And
It's not going to – nothing's going to stop. All right, let me try to share this while I can. Let's try to share this to
Listen.
copy link. All right, let me –
Listen, one way or the other, the Yankees are scoring runs in the 8th inning.
They're not even
Facts.
doing anything. No, I think they have 1 hit this inning. Everything else is given to
Hey.
us.
Yeah, Judge is the only one.
Judge and DJ, nice hits.
DJ.
Oh,
right.
my
That's right,
God,
DJ.
Gary. You
No,
gotta
come
hit
on.
that.
Come on.
This guy's going to give me a heart attack over here.
No, don't tell me. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. Come on, Garrett. No,
He probably looked at it right down the middle, didn't he?
Nah, he
Hey,
missed it
I-
right down the middle.
He swung through it.
I swung through it.
At least he swung. At least he swung.
Yeah. Better than nothing. Baby steps.
Yeah, at least first. I mean, to hit the fastballs, you first got to start swinging at them.
Baby steps. That's
A
it.
novel concept, I know.
All right, post that one. Oh man, he could have crushed that last pitch.
He had 2 pitches. The first 2 pitches in the at bat could have done something major.
All right, Gary. Come on, Gary. See, look, people in the comments swear I hate Gary. I don't understand it. I love Gary. It's not my fault I reported on him. Francis, I think you're muted.
I'm saying, why would they think you hate Gary?
They always do. Ever since I put that video out back in the day about him coming to spring training heavy and stuff like that, and the Yankees were upset about it. Per news I got, then all that information came out to be
God.
true.
Oh,
You know,
my
they don't
God.
like it. They're
You
very
got
upset
under
with
that
me.
one.
That doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound good at all.
What happened, Joe?
He
What does
got
that mean?
under
He
it.
got under. It was like a pop up, another pop
Yeah,
up.
another pop up.
No, out.
Oh,
I'll take it. 2-run lead in the
Are we
9th.
out?
Yeah, we're out.
yeah, we're out. That's it.
Yeah, my goodness.
Gary.
Come on, Gary.
Do you
Look at
believe
this.
he just threw what was it? 3 straight fastballs?
Unbelievable.
3 fastballs, 95.
They're challenging these guys. They're challenging.
Down the middle.
They're challenging him.
Listen, if you're Gleyber Torres is so in his head, we got to do something. He needs a break.
Glaber's struggling bad. Glaber is doing one of those things really where they're gonna have to bump him at the lineup soon.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they're gonna have to.
Listen, as bad as Tyler Wade, I get it. I know as soon as I mention the name, it's like Tyler Wade, you better not even say what I think you're gonna say.
T Wade, Darth Vader.
Listen. I think Torres needs a day. He needs a day. He might need a series off. I don't know.
Can Odor play
like
short?
Who?
Odor.
I don't think so. I don't think he ever played short. I think they said he did in in a minor sometime, but
Oh, never mind then.
yeah.
I don't count that. I mean, we did try what's his Gio at it, but I don't
like that idea.
How did he look that game? I didn't get to see it.
He looked okay. I just don't like moving him back and forth. Like
Me either.
Then you start messing with his stuff.
You gotta leave guys alone, especially the way that man's hitting.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's why I go back to that lineup I put out there. He got to be up in that order. He makes too much contact to be so low. Put him higher.
They should put him in the 3-hole, honestly.
That's where I had him. I had him.
He is a 3-hole hitter. He's the 3-hole guy. When I put my lineup in the chat with you guys, the only reason I put Talkman is because I know that they have this infatuation with breaking up our power and stuff.
Right.
So, okay, and put a lefty in there.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll probably go Talkman third. No, they went Gardner third. They're like, okay.
Yep.
Wow. So the 4 innings Chapman pitched, he racked up 11 Ks. So
Yeah, because that's what do you do with that splitter? That 94 mile an hour. What do you do with that?
Chapman has looked ridiculous this season.
Chapman looks stupid.
Ridiculous to see. Like when he added the slider, I was already like, oh man, damn, like you're gonna add a slider on these cats? That's gonna be tough. They showed up with a splitter this year.
But not even a decent one. I mean, this thing is filthy. It's filthy.
It's nasty.
He should do the thing like in Major League 2 when he used to name his pitches.
Oh yeah.
You got to name that pitch.
For all we know, he does. Like Chapman
probably does.
Like he would.
And he started the season with gas. Usually starts with like 97. He was pumping 102 every start.
Yeah. All right, here we go. I like that batting average. That's what I like to see. Zeros.
Let's go, baby. No runs. Nobody on base. Let it be easy.
Wouldn't that be nice?
It'd be beautiful.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Be beautiful.
I have enough gray hairs. Like this team is not helping.
As long as we don't get to see Chapman against Darno, I'm good.
That's a fact.
Let me see if Felix is going to join us.
Felix had a great video the other day.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, man. It's for you guys in the chat. If you haven't watched Felix's last video, definitely go check that one out. Really good.
Get to it.
Really good.
Oh, here we go with the control.
Oh, Chappie, I was about to say, look a little wild there, Chap.
Yeah, he's a little wild right now.
Look a little wild there, Chappie.
8 days.
Get this man some milk.
There you go.
Come on, chat. All right, that sounds like it was a strike.
Sounds like it was a strike for sure.
Okay. All right, Joe. I know you're a little ahead of us. That's all right. Oh, God. L.I. Yankee King, please, with the don't sign DJ stuff. Enough.
Wait, what?
Enough. What are you talking about? Nothing even happened. He's talking about get rid of DJ. What did he do?
He got a hit.
So all he does is hit. Since he's been a Yankee, all he does is hit. You want to get rid of him.
He hasn't even been on point this season yet, and he's still batting at what, like 290 with an 800 OPS?
Ah, man, people will take you more seriously if you had a decent idea. You don't trade DJ. We shouldn't have re-signed him because we got Glaber at short. What does that got to do with anything?
Well, the thing I listened to a caller on the what is that? I guess it's ESPN's radio station at this point, and they mentioned that when we traded for DJ, that was basically like the end of our lineup because we lost Didi Gregorius.
Oh my God, what is this love with Didi too?
Dude, don't get me wrong.
I like him.
I like him.
Me too.
The lefty bat in the lineup. Here we go, chap. Here we go. The lefty bat in the lineup, the defensive prowess. I respect that. But why are we acting like he was the catalyst? Like whatever he did offensively, DJ does that and more. Like,
right.
what are we talking about here?
Yeah, that
we
makes no
go.
sense to me. That
Yeah,
sounds
that
like a
sounds like a
strikeout.
strikeout
Yeah,
to
he
me.
struck him out. He struck him out. He's racking up those Ks, baby.
There we go. Let me watch it. Now let me see it. It's
Yeah,
kind of good when you
here
know
we go.
something good is coming.
Right?
Oh, that's right. Take a seat.
Oh, that's a nasty. Yeah, that's nasty.
Never stood a chance.
All right, Chappie. All right, Chappie. You're showing off now.
Yeah.
Don't hurt him. That's not even, that should be banned.
It's not fair.
I mean, at least it's on our club. That's filthy. That is
Yeah.
stupid.
You know, and I hate having to give other clubs all this shine, but you know who's like underrated, nasty, like filthy, like not the guys we always talk about. That guy from LA, Bruce Dar Graterol.
Oh,
I thought you
disgusting.
were gonna mention Urias.
Yeah, him too. Because there's a lot of guys like that. Like, and this guy Bruce Dar, he's on the Dodgers, but like you
Right.
don't hear about him as much. The last thing I heard about him before last year was that the Red Sox didn't want him in the trade for Mookie, and then I saw him, and I'm like, this guy throws 100 and everything moves.
He's
like,
filthy.
What do you do with that?
Nothing. You go to sleep.
He's huge and imposing, and it's just like, oh my, you have a long day. But same thing like with Chapman. Every now and then the controls like all over.
Yeah, I mean, the guy is absolutely filthy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guy in that league now. You know, like it's funny because I think there was a time where we actually talked about like players from years ago facing guys now. I don't know, man. I don't know. These guys today are filthy. These pitchers are filthy.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
He didn't even strike him out with that, but that was I don't even know how you don't swing at that.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, because it's 0-2. So I'm thinking like, what we got?
Well, you guys are gonna have to tell me what's going on because my stream is messing up a lot.
Let me see.
I think it was a slide. It was a slider down in the middle.
Nasty slider.
Nasty.
Yeah, darting from like outside corner to right under the zone. Filthy. What did it say? How fast that was that? Like
90.
90?
Yeah.
All right,
Got him.
It looks
Yeah,
like another one.
Did he throw the slider again?
too?
Did he throw the slider again? I haven't seen
No,
it
it was
yet.
a fastball outside.
Oh, I just heard the little whistle.
Hey, my favorite sound at a Yankee game.
Best sound ever.
Gas face, take a seat. That's 100. What are you doing?
Hey, you guys see Michael Pineda out there still doing it?
Michael Pineda.
Yeah. 7 shutout innings the other day.
Oh my God. Did he check his neck?
He might have elevated. He might have to check something else.
Listen, I'm not even trying to hate on Pineda, right? I'm all for my Dominicans make it to the league.
I like Big Mike. I'm gonna keep it. I still like him. I still like Mike to go out there and do good. I like him.
Me too.
Yeah, I have nothing bad for him.
So disappointed that game when he got caught with. I'm like, dude, on your neck.
Yeah, that was stupid.
Come on.
You know, there's sometimes when I'm like, all right, you guys know everybody does it, but you can't make it that obvious.
That's all I'm saying. I wasn't mad that he was using it.
Right.
Every pitcher is using foreign substances.
Well, I remember people were mad at what team was it? The Red Sox?
What, last year or
no? The team that caught. I think it was the Red Sox. It was Farrell. It was John Farrell, I think.
No, it was the Red Sox.
It was the Red Sox, right? And I remember Yankee fans on Twitter were mad that I'm like, it was like, what is he gonna do? Say nothing? It's obvious. The Yankees should have said something.
God, 80.
He's just filthy.
Yeah, I don't know how he didn't hit that.
Like, what are you gonna do with that? It would be nice if we could see this guy pitch a little more often. That's all.
All right, 1-2.
That's all we want.
That's all I'm saying. Oh, he's at 1-2 already for you?
Yeah, he's at 1-2 right now.
I'm still 1-1.
That's the ball game. Come on, just wrap it up.
Let's see what this looks like here.
There's gonna be a wrap up here.
Oh, Chapman.
Come on, Chappy baby.
All he wants to do is throw gas. That's all he wants to do.
Make me Chappy baby.
Wow, look at that. Happy fans. Wow.
Hey, make me Chappy baby. That's all I want is for you to make me Chappy.
Joe's real quiet, so I'm thinking he threw another ball here or something.
Yeah,
No, he did. He kind of threw what he did in the other count in the 0-2, but he fouled it off.
You're right, but this one got more plate.
Yeah.
I don't like Riley. Riley was like low key, almost on that. Nice guess.
Yeah, he was waiting for it.
Yeah,
they're gonna start waiting for it soon.
Shit, he's on it, bro. He just fouled off a 102.
He just fouled off 102.
Yeah, he's on him.
Did he go right? Did he go right?
For that splitter.
You know, a lot of people thought Riley was going to be one of the best young hitters in baseball for a while.
Oh yeah, he's on.
Hasn't put it together yet.
That 102 is down the pipe damn near though. That's what it is. If he's gonna throw it like that, he's got to elevate that.
He's got to throw the splitter here. Let's see it.
Change the eye levels.
I want to see it. I feel like we haven't seen it yet.
Look at this guy in the back.
Oh man, my stream ain't working for nothing.
Yo, Gary is so scared every time he puts out another number other than 1. If it's anything other than 1, he's like, please.
Don't do it.
Oh, okay. I like what they were thinking there. We went 101, up and out of the zone.
What's the count? 101 still?
Yeah, 101. Up and out of the zone.
2-2 right now.
He was in swing mode, so they want to see if they can get him to extend the zone. I like the idea.
Throwing a slider in, right? All right, went down. 3-2 now.
I'm just waiting for Joe to say that's the ball game.
Yeah, me too.
I hope I get the chance to. I hope he doesn't walk him here.
Yeah,
again on him.
I still haven't seen the third ball. It's coming.
Yeah, I don't need a walk. I don't want nobody on base. Just get this thing over with. Just get it over with.
That's the thing. Even if Chapman tried to pitch the contact, it's not the kind of contact you want.
Just throw your fastball. Just throw it. Fuck, man. He missed.
He walked.
I don't like that.
Come on.
We knew it wasn't going to be easy, guys.
Come on, Chappie.
We knew it wasn't going to be easy.
That can never be easy right now.
Has he thrown the splitter? Like, I haven't
seen it today.
Yeah, I don't see it.
He's keeping that in his back pocket.
Heredia's 2 for 3. He looks hungry too. He was waiting for that walk.
He just wanted to get in the game. He wants to see.
And Heredia's been hot too.
He looks dangerous right now.
Yeah, he does. He does. When you guys saw the name Heredia, who do you think of on the Yankees? Anybody thought of Felix Heredia?
That's funny.
Remember Felix Heredia?
That's funny. I haven't thought about this guy.
Right?
What?
That's the first thing came to my mind. Felix. I said, "Oh, what is that? Felix Heredia's kid? Who knows?"
Yo, I haven't thought about that guy in the longest.
Yeah, good
I'm
old
too
Felix
young for
Heredia.
that.
Yeah.
Felix Heredia was what, the early 2000s, I think.
Yeah.
Early 2000s.
That's been a while. I'm pretty sure it's been that long.
1-0 on Heredia.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah,
Did he got him? Did he got him? Come on, Ford. Come on, Ford.
Is that it?
Let's go. Finally.
Ball game.
Yup.
Oh my God, a victory.
Oh, him
Victory.
and Heredia joking around.
Francis got so happy he muted himself.
I love it.
Victory. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. It's nice.
God.
I feel different.
Look at him. He's all over Heredia. They must know each other.
Yeah.
Because he was like really like itching to get into the box against Chapman, and Chapman went right to him after that. He said, "Not tonight, buddy."
Yeah, Heredia was like giving him like a little smirk. He was laughing.
Cool. Yeah. All right. Hey, I'll take it. I'm happy.
I'll take it.
Hey, look, it got to start somewhere, doesn't it? It got to start somewhere.
Back in the win column, baby.
Look, it got to start somewhere now. They got a lot of work to do. But I think the big takeaways here in this one right now is obviously we got a clutch hit. That's nice. Got a clutch hit. That's, Judge with the single to right. DJ with a hit. Of course, Gio still hitting. And then let's talk a little about Jameson Taillon.
Yes.
I think he looked terrific today.
He did.
I was hoping for another inning or for him to make it through, but
yeah. When I saw 80 pitches.
Yeah. It looks like they're going to hold him down to that 80 mark for a while.
Like, I don't see him throwing 90, 95 plus until maybe like right before All-Star break, maybe
right.
After. And that's like best case scenario, no setbacks.
Yeah.
Right? Because they're going to be watching for like anything like any soreness, any whatever. Like,
course.
I didn't bounce back as well. Just skip another start and stuff. They're gonna be doing all types of weird stuff with him.
Yep, big time. So the big thing too, with him, I don't know if you guys noticed. I didn't know. My understanding of watching him for a while, I don't remember him ever throwing like a cutter. That was a cutter he was throwing a lot today. It was up and in. It wasn't his slider because his slider cuts a lot more than that. It was throwing a cutter up and in that was missing. It was like 88, 90 tops.
I was gonna say it was too fast. It was too fast to be his slider.
Yeah, it was, and it definitely had to be a cutter because he's still hitting, 90, 93, 94, 95 with his fastball.
Yeah.
But he threw that multiple times and he's missing up and in, almost hit somebody with it. And I was that's a new thing. I haven't seen him do that often.
Yeah, I noticed today his pitch mix was a little bit more expansive.
Yeah, and he got to work off the fastball curveball. That's why I kept seeing him go to these other pitches. I'm like, even David Cohn is sitting there like, it's your best pitch by far. You got to throw the curveball. Like, what's going on? That's the only thing that got me early on. Like, man, why are they not calling his best? Even in 3-2 counts, go with that best pitch.
Well, I don't know if it was that they weren't calling it or
maybe he didn't have it.
It wasn't really hitting. I didn't get to see too much of the start, but what I did watch, he was like missing with it high, but it was still nasty. That was the thing.
Yeah, if he has one of the filthiest curveballs in baseball.
I was gonna say he had a couple curveballs tonight that was just like
filthy. Yeah. He got that strikeout on one that was absolutely nasty.
Yeah, on Freddie Freeman.
Yeah.
Freddie Freeman, that filthy.
Nobody's doing anything with that pitch.
You can't throw a curveball much better.
Nobody does a thing with that.
In that count, in that situation, game as close as it is, reigning NL MVP at the plate, and you got to make a pitch, and you're going off speed, you're not challenging. That's one of the best curveballs. That was really, really nice. So I keep saying, I see that the potential is there.
Oh, 100%.
The potential is there.
I even say it more for him than Kluber. And the only reason why I say that is because Kluber's not going to overpower you. Kluber's going to have to work off control.
Yeah.
So even when he gets that, I still feel like as of right now at the point of their careers, he's a little higher.
Yeah.
He's a little bit higher. Austin is joining us, by the way.
Oh, great.
See if we get Austin in here. Austin, what's going on, man? We're all live already.
There you go. Headset and everything.
And everything, man. He's ready to go.
That's how you got to break it out when we're in the win column.
Looks like he's playing a video game. You playing a video game over there? Like you playing MLB The Show or something? He can't hear us yet. I can make fun of him for a little while.
He's working. Yeah, he's like these guys are making fun of me right now.
All right.
Nah, man.
What's going on, guys?
Hey, man, what's going on? Welcome. We're already live. So we're gonna get some questions in soon and start the beautiful roundtable.
All right.
Yeah.
How's it feel to be back in the win column?
Wish I got to watch some of it. Maybe I should not watch games and maybe they'll win. If that's what it takes, I'll do it.
Hey, I think we'll all be down if that's the case.
Sacrifices need to be made.
Always.
A soul for a soul, like I said on the last chat. I'm still down for that with Glaber. I don't know about you.
Hey, I don't know, man. Glaber might have to get sent somewhere. Listen, I don't know.
Listen, I know. I know people don't like it when I say it. They're like, because Glaber, he's only 24. That swing is so off balance.
It's like I wrote. It looks like he's swinging a sledgehammer.
Yeah, but it's scary bad. Like
it's really bad.
It's scary bad. And it's like
Joe. I think Joe said it in the chat. He's right. This is going back to last year too.
Yeah.
This ain't like some 2-week stretch.
Glade got I don't want to say hot, but he got lukewarm in the playoffs. Lukewarm. But the season last year, he was searching for
100%.
But this year, it looks even worse.
It looks bad.
It progressed badly.
What do you think? I mean, I don't really know if we can really answer this question, but what kind of season do you think he would have had in 2019 if there weren't juice balls? That's what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking about a season he had in 2019 and then changed the balls up and he's not hitting.
But the thing for me is that the 2019 Glaber looks like a totally different player. And it's
Yeah.
not even because he was hot. Look at his swings.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
I
swing.
feel like his approach just isn't there. His two-strike approach he had a couple of years before this was just it was like something like you really didn't see.
Right.
I mean, Corey Seager's hitting 284. Just saying how good that would look in the Yankee lineup next year.
That's possible. It's possible. My big concern, so as you guys know, and the people in the chat obviously know, so I'm not saying nothing you guys haven't heard. I got information about the Yankees looking to possibly deal for Story, and if they would have interest in Sager to try to get ahead of the market. But after speaking to everybody, I talked to 3 guys, like I always say. One I trust more than everybody else, but 2 out of the 3 told me they also do not feel that Hal is going to be looking to spend much more money on this club. So that concerns me a lot. That's why I've kind of held off as like, should I go ahead and make the whole video and put it out there? But yet I've already said it in here, so it doesn't really matter. But that's my major concern right now is let's say, for an example, this team bounces back. I mean, I think they're going to do well. I don't think they're going to play this bad for this long.
Hope
If it gets to that deadline, I mean, they have to add. What if they, if there's guys available? If a Trevor Story is available and Glaber is struggling, I mean, it's a no-brainer. It's literally a no-brainer. Even if you don't end up keeping them, it's a no-brainer for now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing I would say about that, just knowing where Hal's at financially, if he's really serious about like staying under the luxury tax, I could see him saying, listen, you have to tell the people, like Cashman, you have to put it to the people like we didn't make the move now because it would preclude us from making the big signing in the winter time. So if we trade for him now, we have to go into the luxury tax this season because we got to pay half his salary. If that puts us over the top, then we're not like under the threshold and we don't get the reset. If we stay under the threshold and we get the reset, the Yankees could spend this winter
a lot, right?
So it's like I could very well see that. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I believe wholeheartedly they're spending this winter because you just never know anymore.
Right.
But I could see them like that being the story that they kick to us at the trade deadline. Like, no, we had to stand pat because, we had to be fiscally responsible, on the off season and all this other stuff.
Can you imagine the Yankees having to tell their fans that? You know what I mean? But it's realistic. I can see that happening. But that's just my point. What a difference. What a difference.
Yeah, no, it doesn't make sense that we have to listen to this year in and year out. Them talking about money to us who spend $20 on a bucket of chicken in their stadium. What are we doing here?
A beer is $18 a Coors Light.
What are we doing here? Like, these people canceled my tickets for the April 7th game so that they could sell them back to me at a higher price.
Get out of here.
And my dumbass bought the ticket.
Me too.
You guys all did that? Yo, you guys out of your mind.
Yeah.
I'd have a problem.
They canceled my tickets. They wouldn't refund me my money. They would not refund.
Yeah, they don't refund you.
They were like, you have to, repurchase the tickets. So I went to repurchase my tickets, and my tickets now costed like $70 more. And I was like, oh, that's what we're doing. Got it. Okay.
Oh, I'm a god. Can I use that on the merchandise store? you order your shirt and it's like, hold on a second. You gotta actually send $5 more.
Yeah.
I'm gonna not get it out to you.
Like, yeah.
They're strong arming people now.
Yeah. Hey, apparently that's where our franchise is. They need to they need to scrape together every dollar they can so that they can re-sign Brett Gardner for yet another year.
Come on, it's a Gardy party. It's a Gardy party.
Listen, the only reason I still like stuck in there and went to the game was because I was like, you won't refund me my money. So I'm not just gonna sit here with a credit in my account, like, or whatever. And like, I miss going to the stadium. I want to be there. So I was like, all right, let's go. I went to the game. Happened to be that third game against the Orioles. That was the most frustrating. That game went into extra innings. The whole time I'm thinking, dude, like, they charged me twice for this game. Yo, you guys charged me twice for this?
Oh, man. I'll be hot about that. Do you gotta, like, when you go to Yankee Stadium, can you buy single tickets or it gotta be like pods?
It's pods. So I think
it's pods.
Can you get one ticket? Somebody
you can. I was talking about it in the group.
Yeah.
But I was looking and it was only in the grandstand. It was like $100 before taxes and ticket fees. And I was like, what?
They trying to make some money.
I was like, I'll order a pizza and stay home then.
Jeez.
They trying to make some money, man. The Yankees aren't playing. Matt G says, why can't LeMahieu play shortstop? No.
He doesn't have the
No,
arm for it.
no. Yeah, and then
Makes the defense worse.
Yeah, exactly.
You take a Gold Glover out of second, you're making the defense worse.
you know,
Same thing
there's
at
one
third.
thing. There's one
Gio.
thing I agree with Li Yankee King on.
Whoa.
We're all gonna agree with it. Gleyber Torres is not a shortstop.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No,
I
he's
agree with
not.
that.
I mean, we agree with that, but that's not the reason why they shouldn't have signed DJ. It has nothing to do with it, my man.
You don't not
Nothing.
sign your best player because some other guy's a square peg.
Exactly. And on top of that, do you really think the Yankees would think Gleyber would be this bad?
No.
No. They didn't think he
Because-
would get off to a start like this and be this weak.
I'll be honest, Glaber was never a good defender at second either.
He wasn't.
No, he just wasn't as bad as he is now at short.
Right.
Well, it would be
It
hard.
was. It was blocked a little bit. There was a facade around it a little bit because, he hits. And let's be real here, too. If Gleyber was hitting 346 right now, I don't think many people care.
No.
I mean, that's just how
Definitely
the game
not.
is. It's the same thing if Gary was, ending the year hitting 265 with, 35 homers, everybody would be like, all right, well, he misses a few balls every now and then. It's the same thing with Posada. Nobody cared about Posada being an average catcher.
Mhm.
Posada was the man. Posada could still hit. He was clutch.
Good switch hitting catcher.
I'm a switch hitting catcher. So
Like a
none of
free-
that stuff
like a
really
real
mattered.
Switch hitter. Not Aaron Hicks type switch hitter.
You mean a switch hitter who can't hit from either side?
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
what's up with that.
Oh my gosh.
I think somebody called him in the chat, Sir whiffs a lot. Let's see. Pete, can you explain to me why LA Yankee King wants DJ gone? No, I'm not going to explain it to you. Nobody understands it. Nobody gets why any fan of any club would want their best player gone. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Next question. Gio says Ford looks like a thick version of Jim Carrey from Me, Myself, and Irene.
I always thought Mike Ford looked like a fat Zac Efron. And that's no shot at Ford. I like Mike Ford. I like him a lot.
Gotta like Ford, man. Let's see what else we got in here. Yeah, I think Glaber's in his head too. I mean, I think the mental aspect has a lot to do with it.
How come Glaber never got as much heat for his bad defense his rookie year as Miggy?
I guess because he was at second and Miggy was out of the corner spot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, but Miggy was a better hitter.
he was his rookie
Yeah,
year.
that
Definitely.
year he was
Yeah.
disgusting.
But I think Miggy had more chances, right? Like, so I was telling Li Yankee King the other day.
We gotta get him in this chat. We gotta get him in here, man. I mean, we talk
I
about him so much.
I actually have something special coming, a collab that I did with Mr. Li Yankee King.
No,
Yes. Yes.
get out of here.
Yes. We can still keep it under wraps for now, but
All right.
when I'll talk to you guys in the chat about it. But he was telling us on Twitter the other day, like, DJ's terrible this year defensively. And I was like, that's not true. Like, let's pull up the numbers. Out of 50 chances, DJ just has the one miss, which was that one error that we all saw, which was at third base in the Tampa series, right? Otherwise, 49 chances, he's made every single play. I was like, nah, he's still the same defensively. But those chances are important, right? It tells a story because in that year when Miggy and Glaber came up, Miggy had a lot more chances than Glaber did. So his mistakes just seemed more glaring, even though they were both probably equally as bad at their positions.
Yeah, and I also think that Andujar had some like game-ending errors that year,
I'm
like
looking it up.
game-turning errors.
I'm looking it up now, but I want to say that Torres actually had more errors their rookie year.
He might have.
Would it be
What are we
surprising?
gonna do with Miggy?
15.
You know-
Miggy had 15, granted all at third base, and Torres had 12 at second,
Mhm.
5 at short. So two
Yeah.
more errors.
That's what it is. But that's what it is. So the 5 at short, people were giving him the discount because I remember myself giving him the discount back then, like, but He hasn't been playing short regularly. That's okay.
Fair.
It's because he looked like the next Cano.
Fair.
Mm.
He looked like the next Robinson Cano, the young guy that gets called up and just is a well above average hitter. I mean, he was a guy, if you remember, after the first year, people were saying this is going to be a.
The mic did its thing.
Yeah, mic cut out.
Let's see. This happens, but he always gets it. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry, guys.
There we go.
There
Back?
we go. Yeah.
Oh,
No, you muted.
Oh, there it is. My
Yeah.
bad. Wait, am I on my microphone? All right, cool. But no, like I'm saying, he was one of those guys that could hit the ball everywhere. He was slapping the ball to right field. He was hitting homers to left, homers to right.
Yeah.
And it's sad because, you know, I mean, how far he has fallen to the point of people don't even consider him anymore. Like most people don't even consider him.
We talked about in the chat who the top hitters are after DJ. I don't think anyone had him higher than 5th, if even in the top 5 on a healthy team.
They wouldn't. I mean, because he's just fallen off so much. And I think he's still going to have a major league career somewhere, whether it's the Yankees or somewhere else. I think he'll get it going and get it together soon.
Yeah, I mean, he's 23, 24?
He's young. And that's the other thing, too. I tell people about Florial, who is just tearing the cover off the ball right now, that I want to see this guy up badly, because I've been saying it since spring. I kept saying it. If he's going to have a time, it's going to be this year. I don't know why. I just feel like he finally has to show something. And from all the reports that I've read and you know that I've been hearing about him at the alternate site, he's looking good. He's knocking on that door closer than he's ever been. Put it that way. He's closer than he's ever been.
Good.
Is he my thing with Flo is like, it just, you want to see him be able to recognize the breaking pitches better.
That's always been his issue.
That's always been. And even like when watching him in the spring, it's like you see like the second a curveball slider gets thrown, and it's like, oh, no, that's not going to work.
Yeah,
that's not going to translate. But I don't know. Like, if he's figuring out at the alternate site and everything, we're having all these struggles here, why isn't he up? Why isn't he taking Hicks's at bat?
Yeah. It's crazy because you know he's close. And I mean, overall, if you think about it, out of all the talent the Yankees have on the team, he may just be the most talented guy, one of the most talented guys in their outfield, if you go by just pure athlete and what people think of him. Because, you know, before he started to show the struggles of he hasn't been able to recognize the off-speed pitch, and that was all the news. This is a 5-tool player. He was an elite 5-tool caliber prospect coming up. He was a cannot miss guy. And the projection was he would have been up at 21, maybe even 20 with the Yankees, like Cabrera. So, you know, we'll see. I do think I definitely think at some point he gets a chance this year.
Didn't everyone think Oakland wanted him for Sonny Gray?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was actually rumored in a deal. He was rumored in that deal, and Cashman wouldn't give him up. He didn't want to give multiple guys of the same type up.
That was actually a good idea, I guess.
We'll see how it turns out. But one thing I do like is that they're actually acknowledging that some change to the lineup needs to happen.
Yeah.
That's nice to see. That's nice to see, because look, at the end of the day, if you're not going to get rid of a manager or you're not going to, you know, move certain things around, you got to move around the guys that are playing on the field. I mean, that's almost all you can do. So if, you know, as much as we all want to see Frazier do well, he's one of the young guys. He can, you know, be a left fielder for years to come. As much as we want to see him do well, if he doesn't get it together soon, you got Tauchman, you got Gardner, you got Florial, who can also take left field. You know, so I've been saying that for a long time too. Give these guys competition. Don't let them just take a spot. Don't just say it's yours. Go enjoy yourself. You know, even Glaber shouldn't be warranted a spot moving forward if he doesn't pick it up.
No.
I still think he needs to get benched a series.
I agree.
I don't think Glaber is taking this. I'm sorry. Like, I know like Boone spoke to the team and all this other stuff has happened, but Glaber still doesn't seem to be taking anything seriously, if you ask me. That swing still looks the same.
Or it's just all in his mind. Or he's you know, you got to hope he's not one of these real mental guys either. And what I mean by mental guys is like your knob blocks when he just couldn't make the throw no more. You know what I mean? You got to hope it's not. What you got to hope for is that shortstop isn't so much in his mind that he can't hit no more.
Yeah.
We've seen it happen with a lot of guys.
But then, like, if that's the case, like, we gotta figure something out.
Then he's bro. Then he's the odd man out.
He might be, but that's what I'm saying. So if that's where we're going, then like we need to find a way to like preserve whatever trade value he has left. We need to preserve that from now till the deadline. And if that means sitting him more and like putting him in like situations where he can't look that bad, like we got to do what we got to do. Because if he if he continues like this and we continue playing him and starting him every single day, come trade deadline, there might be teams who just stare Cashman in the face and say, Glaber, who? Why would I? No, like
they're going to.
And then we're really screwed.
Yep.
Because now we're stuck with Mr. He's only 22. He's only 23. Now he's 24 and he sucks.
Yep.
Like, we got. I don't know. I'm the Glaber situation is probably the one that worries me the most on this team. Not defensively.
I mean, at the end of the day, Luke Voigt comes back and does Luke Voigt things. Gio's doing Gio things. DJ's the MVP of the club. Who's out? What you really mean at that point? You're gonna say, well, Luke Voigt probably got to go because we got to figure out a spot where Glaber tours. No, he ain't that special. I mean, at the end of the day, you can't sit there and look at that man and say, right now, we know you're gonna be a star. You can't do that.
Do you see a world where he moves to left if the outfielders keep struggling? Get some reps out there, just try and get it out of his head?
I don't know. I feel like the Yankees do this stuff more than any other club.
Oh, absolutely. They've been ruining players since Java.
Oh my God, so much. They did it with Hughes. They did it with a lot of guys where they just look what they did to poor Nick Nelson just the other day.
Oh my God.
How do you tell a kid, oh hey, by the way, you're gonna be starting today? What? I don't even remember what my routine was as a starter. You guys had me in AAA coming out of the pen again because that was supposed to be my role. Come on.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of teams do these things, but because it's the Yankees, it's like it's a lot more we get a lot more attention, like because like I was watching it's like they do Ballpark Cam on MLB Network. This was like a year ago, right? And I was watching, it was like Oakland, they were getting ready for a game with like Minnesota or something. It might have been 2 years ago, actually. And like I saw Miguel, was it Miguel Sano? I forgot who it was, but it was like somebody, like I think it was Sano, because Sano plays like first base because he got like super huge, he can't like move anymore. But like he was in the outfield, like taking reps, and they were like, yeah, it hasn't been in the outfield a long time, but they're just like trying him out, loosening him up out there. And I was like, so we're not the only ones who do it. Like, but the thing is that we get all the attention when we try out guys at different spots because like the microscope it looms so large over all our guys that they don't even get the proper chance to take a shot. You know what I mean?
Right. Like
if Glaber was out there tomorrow before the game taking reps in the outfield, it would make the post the next day.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I mean, look, they talk about it on Yes all the time about who's playing first base before the game. So
with
Gary and Talkman.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, the Gary thing is just funny because it's like, dude, he hasn't like, I know he's looked better at catcher, but he hasn't like fully locked down catcher just yet for us to be like, hey, why don't you just take some reps at first base and just really confuse everything? Like,
right. This guy could be a cornerstone catcher for years to come.
Yeah.
And, I mean, you got to let that guy develop here. But Darius says in the chat that Jeff Passan did mention in the offseason that he thinks the Yankees will consider moving Torres this year. So I don't remember that, but
I do.
I was going to say Darius is always good with his information, so I believe him.
No, he's 100% right. Jeff Passan definitely did say this winter, but he was saying it like either this winter or during this year. And
right.
He was saying this was like, I don't know if you remember, right before the whole Castillo thing got really, really hot.
Right.
Like he was talking about the Yankees possibly moving Glaber. It was around that time.
Again, Alexander Paulino also says, and I talked about this in spring a lot of I would love this guy in the Yankees. Ketel Marte, who can also play center field.
Yes.
And
Yep,
his
threes.
contract is stupid good for the Yankees. And one thing people need to remember, the Yankees make deals a lot with Arizona also.
Oh,
So that's also that could be a possibility and it could make a lot of sense.
Didn't Didi come from Arizona?
Yep.
Yes.
Brandon Drury.
Oh, Drury
Yep.
too.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. So
Oh, guys,
they
I'll
have
be
that.
right back.
Yeah, so they had that, but there's a lot of different things they can do, and my whole concern is what they actually do. And the other thing is, besides for your Garcias and guys like that, their farm system is good, but they're not as elite as some of the other clubs out there they can be competing with.
It's more quantity, not
big names.
quality.
Correct. And a lot of people, hate the Yankees or hate on their prospects, but they still got a very good pool of prospects. They got more guys coming up. Luis Hill is an animal.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how many people seen this guy pitch. I don't think he's a starter. I don't think he remains a starter. But man, this guy could be one of the most dominating bullpen arms you could find. Just stupid good, great slider, very, very hard fastball, big and strong, intimidating on the mound. Wouldn't shock me to see him up at some point later this year either. But they got a lot of guys like that. It'll be interesting. Hey, Joe, you still with us, by the way?
yeah, I'm listening.
Oh, I thought you might have fell asleep or something.
No, I'm good.
No,
I was
I'm the
gonna
only
bring
one
up
who
a
does
point.
that.
I was thinking, because with the guys we have available, I think once the deadline comes closer, we'll see like a greater scale of what we could do when people start getting put on the deadline, like on the trade market. So
Yeah.
I think whoever's available at the deadline will really make up how our season is going to play out. Because if we don't make any move at the deadline like we've been doing the last couple of years, I just don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but I don't think we're going to even come close to winning anything. I just don't see how this roster can keep doing what they've been trying to do, and I think I don't know. Like he needs to pull an Astros.
Yeah, it's tough. They would have to have the Yankees would have to have a lot of things fall their way.
Yeah.
To really get to the point where you're like, yeah, this is by far the best team in America. Because I don't think the best team is in American League. I think the Dodgers are the best team in baseball.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I
No
mean,
doubt.
by far, they're reminding me of some of the 90 Yankee clubs where everything just works. They kind of have that going. They hit clutch. They move runners over. They can hit for power. They hit for contact. They have a bullpen. They got a rotation. So they really have everything. And when you're comparing on paper, even, yeah, the Yankees could somewhat match up, but the rotation doesn't match up. You know what I mean?
Not even close.
It's not even comparable how they match up. So, I mean, at the end of the day, where both teams are, then you got, some teams in the American League too that aren't easy. And none of these teams are rollovers. You got to hope that the right moves are made and guys like Jameson, Tyone, and Kluber really do what they can do. And I mean, they got to get the most out of those guys to go anywhere.
I didn't get to watch the game today. Did Kluber look as good as his stats?
No, Tyone pitched, but he looked terrific.
Or I'm sorry, I meant Tyon.
Yeah, he looked terrific.
Kluber always started slow, so I'm not too worried yet.
I'm hoping that's it because he seems healthy. He seems like he's delivering hard and he looks good. So I'm hoping that's the case.
I'm not pushing the panic button yet.
Not at all. And even before, I remember when me and Ryan did the No Offense podcast. By the way, if anybody's looking for that, it's not going to happen this week. Ryan's been sick, so we're not gonna do that this week. But we talked about that a couple of times, and I said, look, even if both of those guys get off to slow starts, maybe they go 4 innings, 5 innings every now and then for a while. You almost want to take that if you see that they're just healthy and they're making it through.
Yeah.
And then the command starts coming around because, like Cone even said today, his spin rate is at one of the highest levels for elite pitchers is Jameson Tyone. So, he's in that category as guys that could really dominate. You saw it today. If this guy can prove he's healthy enough, go longer, Kluber could just be Kluber because the difference between the two, Kluber, you just let go do his thing. If he starts to pitch good, you let him do his thing. You got the 1 year with him and that's it. He's not going to come back. We all know no matter what happens, I don't see him coming back. So you let him go do his thing. Tyone you got for 2 years, another year after this one. You want to be a little more careful with him. But if that man gets it together, Severino coming back, again, I know it's hope, because that's all we do is like we hope for things. But if everything breaks the Yankees' way, they're good on the pitch. They could be very, very good on the pitching side.
Yeah, and I don't think the offense can be this bad.
No, it's not.
It can't.
But here's the thing about the offense. And Joe, I'll ask you your opinion on this too. And then when Francis gets back, is the offense ever going to be good enough to beat a team with elite pitching? Just because they're so power dominant.
I mean, we've seen a glimpse of it. I mean, look what they did to Shane Bieber in Game 1.
Right.
True.
He's.
Right.
I think Shane Bieber is probably the second best, if not the third best pitcher behind DeGrom and Cole. And they absolutely shelled them. I mean, even in against the Twins. Who do they have? Odorizzi and
Barrios.
Barrios. Yeah. I mean, they've done good against elite pitching. It's just it comes down to if they're hot. If they're hot, then they're gonna do good. If they're not hot, they're gonna be absolutely terrible.
They even beat Verlander in 2019.
Yeah,
he won the Cy Young that year.
Yeah, they did.
Right.
All because
that Hicks.
Aaron Hicks, the home run off the foul pole.
You know, the only thing about that too is a lot of these elite clubs that you're seeing early on too, and like Francis was talking about earlier. I mean, they got some nasty bullpens too. You're really never going to get a let up. You're never going to get let up for a guy. We get to this guy. We'll get to this one. So Francis, I don't know if you heard, but what I was saying was, even if the Yankees offense comes around, are you still confident in that lineup beating elite pitching?
It's tough. It's tough to say right now. The only thing that I would say that was encouraging is that our first big test in terms of pitching this year was Tyler Glasnow. And in those first few innings, it actually seemed like the lineup was like trying to be up to the task. They eventually regressed back to their dead responses and in terms of at-bats. But if you remember that those first few innings, and obviously Tyler helped out because he was like super off and he could not find it. And then he had the cramps and everything. So he helped us out a little bit. But our approach seemed like, oh, wait, like this is Tyler Glasnow on the mound. This guy's dealing. He's striking people out. He's not giving up runs. Like, let's wake it up. Much like I think Joe said it right when I got back. With Shane Bieber, I think a lot of people picking the Yankees to get dominated by Bieber, like really like lit the fire under their ass. They were like, you guys are giving us, you giving us the L before we even arrive in Cleveland because this guy's the Cy Young, but he still has to pitch to us. And I think they played with a chip on their shoulder that game because they knocked his ass around. Like, they didn't just beat Shane.
They destroyed him. They destroyed him.
They didn't just beat him. They like whooped him.
Yeah. They smacked that ass.
Yeah. Who saw that coming? Teixeira was all over MLB Network for like a week telling everybody how the Yankees were going to get swept.
Right.
2-game series.
Oh, I remember that. I was
because the pitching was just so good, we couldn't possibly compete. The Yankee lineup is just you couldn't. I think they heard that and was like, "What the hell are you talking? Like, we can't possibly like we're not even in the games. You're saying we just swept just like that."
Didn't Judge homer in the first inning?
Yeah, first pitch.
Yep.
First pitch, bomb. They wiped the floor, Bieber, man. He didn't know what to do.
Dude,
To be honest, I thought the same though.
I love when the Yankees start the party early. It's like they do to teams what teams have been doing to us this year, where it's like it's only one run, it's only 2 runs, but it just feels like so much more because I'm already down 2, and I still got to go through this lineup 2 or 3 more times.
Right.
But this year, it's like no. Like this year, we're in the 7th inning, and people are just getting their third at bats because the lineup is just sleepwalking through the whole game. Like, if we stay like that, we're going to struggle against elite pitching down the stretch.
It's like I said, too, the lineup, it's all, to me, I think a lot has to do with lineup construction. I think a lot of it has to do with lineup construction. They got the tools and the players for this lineup, but they even got guys that can take over, that can give a little something. Your Tauchman, your Florials, these guys can add something to this club. Even Gardner still, can still add stuff to this club depending on how you make that lineup. Like even today's lineup, I'm like, I like the new faces in it and guys getting a chance, but I still hate the construction of the lineup. Like you see Gio doing what he's doing, right? Mm-hmm. You see he makes contact. All I've been asking for all off season is give us another guy that makes contact like DJ does. Yeah. The guy's been doing it. Put them at the top of the order. I know Aaron Judge walks. I get it, but put him lower in the order. Make it a little more conventional than, we're looking at analytics and we like how this looks. Make it a little conventional. Put the guys like we've all grew up on. Put the guys who make contact at the top, maybe a little bit of speed. If they don't have that, they make contact. Put the power guy, maybe your best hitter third. Put some power guys fifth, sixth, even seventh. Move the guys up and down a little bit. But Gio needs a promotion. Give that man a promotion.
Second or third, please.
Give him a promotion. He deserves it.
If we went just for one series, if we went DJ Gio Judge just for one freaking series,
That's
I'd
what
be
I was
so
gonna
happy.
bring up.
just to see it. I just want to see it.
Yep.
I just want to see. Can I just see it for 2 games, maybe 3? That's it. Like,
And it makes sense.
Not
Why?
even that. I want to see Judge and Stan next to each other.
yeah. The thing is, look at today's game, right? And when I forgot what inning that was, that Judge and Stanton both walked same inning, and you know that both of them were dying to strike out, but they didn't. So I'm not going to do that to them. But in the middle of that, I forgot who was in the middle of that. Was it Torres? I think it was Torres.
Gardy hit third.
Yeah, Gardy hit third, but Gardy got out. It was like a slow dribbler. So then, no. Torres was after. But that's what I'm saying. You had Gardner in the middle and then Torres right after, and neither one of them could get the job done with a runner on base, right? Torres actually came up in a situation where we had 2 guys on, and it's like nothing. I think
Right.
Torres had more than one opportunity like that tonight, and he's still just like he just can't find it. But
He's not even fighting. He gave it right up.
Yeah, but he doesn't. That's the thing. Gleyber Torres is not fighting because think about it. Does he really have to fight if every day he knows I'm going to show up to the ballpark, I'm going to be batting somewhere 1 through 6, and I'm starting at shortstop? You're 24 years old. You're from Venezuela. Like, dude, you're 24 from Venezuela.
You got everything, man.
Shortstop. And it's handed to you every day. You're starting shortstop for the New York Yankees. We don't care that you're not hitting. We don't care that you're not fielding. You're our guy. You're there. There's nothing. Like, we need to put somebody there to, like, he needs to compete with somebody at this point. Like, give him a series off, do something. But like whatever they're doing now, it's not working with Gleyber Torres. He's not. I'm telling you, I don't think he feels any pressure like that. Like his job is on the line or anything. I think he's like, nah, man, I got this.
It's going to
play Call of Duty.
It's going to be. I mean, the way it's going right now, Gleyber doesn't have another month and a half.
But I'm scared that he doesn't even see that.
He probably doesn't, but and that's the worry. I put a post the other day and I just said, ever since 2018, this team just doesn't ever look prepared or knowing of what it's like. They're on the field lackadaisical. They don't know what the hell's going on half the time, and everybody, they had good postseason runs. Yeah. It's like they're just playing baseball. It's not like they're playing for something more than that. Like they know, we're good enough to win. We are going to win. We're the best team. Or, Francis, I think you said this. It's like they assume they're going to win.
Mm-hmm.
And they just go out there. That's what it feels like. It's like there's an assumption. We're gonna win. We're gonna win with this guy. This guy's a nice guy.
Yeah.
He meant like even Cashman said. I'm like, what the? Well, he's doing his job. He just got to support the players. What the hell does that mean? What is he, the therapist?
No, that's what it is. That's what
it is. That. And I mean, he's
though.
telling us that he's a therapist. He's a team therapist, and he sucks at that.
Cashman is telling on himself.
100%.
Every time he gets on a Zoom conference, he's telling on himself. Aaron Boone is not there to be a manager.
No, he's there. He's there to talk to the players and talk to the media.
Exactly.
That's it.
He's a manager, all right. All he's there to manage is relationships. He's a relationship manager. That's what he is. The lineup is getting spit out by a computer, and that's vetted by Cashman and his faceless nerd group.
Right.
They're the culprits who think that Brett Gardner and Aaron Hicks are 3-hole hitters.
Are they the worst? They're the worst 3-hole hitters in baseball.
By far.
I hope so.
Listen to this though. Listen to this. This will boggle anybody's mind. On arguably before the season started, one of the best offensive teams on paper.
Mm-hmm.
They said run away with the AL. Run away with it.
It
Remember-
makes no sense.
It's
Remember
run-
when people complained about Didi hitting third and fourth?
Yeah.
I think we would kill for that now.
What the hell is Didi batting this year? I think he's having a pretty decent year, isn't he?
Oh, I mean, I was on the MLB app if you want me to look it up, but I kind of don't want to.
Oh, let me see. I got it right here.
Diddy's a decent.
When I said I don't want to, I just meant because it's going to hurt.
Oh, I got it right here too. Anyway, 296.
He didn't play today. Oh,
Getting 296, 2 homers, 10 RBIs.
296. Look at that.
296.
10 RBIs. That's
weren't the
9
2 homers
more.
against Atlanta too
Yeah.
on Sunday Night Baseball?
Yeah. Yep. We got a super chat from Mr. Thompson, my friend. Thank you so much again. The Yankees have an identity crisis. They continually try to do what other teams are doing, and they need to go back to buying the best players at their positions. That's what the Yankees do best. So here's my rebuttal to that. And we talked about that in the chat. What the Yankees should be doing better than anybody is, yes, spending money because they could do it, but they should also have the elite prospects, but because they were building towards that. It's not like they got to restart that. They were building that. They had that and be able to open up the pockets. The Yankees should be doing what the Padres and Dodgers have been doing the last couple of years. That's exactly what the Yankees should be doing. We can develop a core. We've proven that. But now when we got the best guys on the market, we can bring them in via the money and we can have a winning club. The problem is the Yankees have waited too long for that. Because guess what? They're going to have to re-sign Gary Sanchez maybe. Aaron Judge don't have no deal. I mean, where are they getting this? Even the Yankees, I could say it. Where are they getting this money from?
I mean, if you look at when this team had their last dynasty, you had Jeter, Posada, Rivera, Pettit, all homegrown, and you went and got veterans around that to help them succeed, like your Chuck Knobloch, Scott Brocious, Coney
your
Wells.
David Cohn Wells. That's right. Your David Justices.
Yep.
I mean, they were able to lock in guys, and even the trades they made, they were not necessarily just saying they were perfect, but they fit so well. I mean, a lot of that was Gene Michael. So we're gonna take Brian Cashman out of that conversation because he didn't build that dynasty. That was all Gene Michael. Even Bob Watson. Bob Watson gets no credit.
No.
That's messed up. Bob Watson gets no credit.
But that's what this is all about. So before I say what I was about to say, the point you just said, Pete, believe it or not, Mr. L.I. Yankee King said that. He said that same exact thing. He's like, Gene Stick Michael is the one who made that team, and Cashman gets too much credit for that. You're gonna love it when you hear it. I'm telling you. But what I want to say,
I'm gonna need a bottle of Brugal for that one.
I'm here. I'm off the J-Mo tonight since J-Mo did his thing for us.
Oh, there it goes.
I was gonna say that's what I think this is about with Brian Cashman, though. I think he knows deep down, right? Other people made a lot of these teams, and that if he is really gonna have like that legacy moment in his career, it has to be now. It has to be with a manager that everybody knows is not really managing the team. I'm sorry, I'm with the pencil because like I score keep sometimes. But he's like, we need a manager who everybody knows is not really calling the shots. It needs to be me. This needs to be my team, my operations, my everything. And this way, if we win, who's going to get the credit? Brian Cashman.
Yeah, I agree. I actually agree with that. I feel like he has something again. He wants to prove he could win without Steinbrenner and anybody else. I agree.
This is the Jerry Reinsdorf move by Brian Cashman.
Yeah.
And it could very well backfire the same way it did with Jordan and the Bulls back then. Mm-hmm. It never works when the front office wants to be bigger than look at Jerry Jones. Look at Jerry Jones. Like look at that with Dallas. Like America's team, how many times going to the playoffs, going to Super Bowl, whatever, and they just never, because it's more about him than it is about them.
Yep.
Even look at Belichick and the Patriots last year. They let Brady walk. Everyone's like, oh, Belichick wants to do it himself. Well, they went, 7-9, 6-10?
Yeah, Brady goes on to win another Super Bowl.
Yeah, Brady wins another Super Bowl in Tampa.
They tried to convince us that Brady only won because of Belichick. And I'm not saying I'm not saying that Belichick didn't have anything to do with it. Of course, he's definitely, if not the greatest coach of all time, one of them. But you're not going to tell me that Brady had nothing to do with that.
Oh, he's
Right.
one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, if not the greatest quarterback.
I think
Hate him or love him. He's the greatest quarterback of all time.
Dude, I'm from New York, and I think he's the GOAT at the position.
Right.
I'm sorry, like, so you're
Right.
not going to tell me that he had nothing to do with that dynasty, but it's like these people, like front office, big GM people, they get, I don't know what it is. It must be a mindset that like I can't comprehend because I'm not in that position, where they start to feel like, nah, man, like I have to be bigger than the product that I'm putting on the court, on the field, on the whatever. I have to be bigger than that. Like my legacy has to cast a bigger shadow. So if I'm Brian Cashman, I have to cast a bigger shadow than Aaron Judge.
Yep.
And it's like, how the hell are the Yankees going to be the Yankees if Cashman is a bigger deal? Like, dude, you're not George Steinbrenner. Steinbrenner organically cast the biggest shadow in any room he walked in.
Right. And his kids aren't either.
No.
Exactly. Even his kids can't do it.
You want to know something? I was thinking about this the other day. I was watching well, let me lead it into you talking about Steinbrenner. You want to know who Steinbrenner really rubbed off on?
Who?
Derek Jeter.
Absolutely.
100%. If you look at the way Jeter's running that club over there now, yeah, he doesn't have the money like that and not building it that way. But early on, remember when he came in, he said this is going to be a new franchise today, and he got rid of all these guys, and everybody's like, how dare he do that to the Marlins and all this? And now the Marlins are already one of the most exciting clubs to watch.
They were a playoff team last year.
Exactly. And they're even this year, I think Cone or O'Neill was talking about, and they were like, man, they're just such an exciting team to watch play. A lot of people don't even know who's on the club, but you watch them, you're like, damn, this is a pretty good club. They got a great system already. But Jeter did that Steinbrenner type move. He's like, look, we're going to get headlines. They're going to be negative, but they're headlines. We're going to make a name somewhat, and we're going to get people to look at this franchise. He's done a lot of that. And I remember watching the interview with him. I think it was him on the stage. I feel like Dave Winfield was on the stage and one other guy, but they're talking to Jeter about winning and losing. And the guy's telling him, the guy's like, yeah, but you know, okay, so what's better? Making it to the World Series and losing, or making it to the division series, or not even making the playoffs? And Jeter says flat out, who cares? You lost. It doesn't matter. And it's like now, and he goes, look, second place to me is the first loser.
Yeah.
And now it's like society sees it as, well, you tried.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, not in a sport like baseball. Look, if it's a bunch of 9-year-olds, I get it. You don't want to make anybody else feel upset, but there's always going to be a winner and a loser, unfortunately. That's the way life is.
Yeah.
We win and lose at life daily. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I hate this idea that like even the Yankees have adopted this idea that winning the World Series isn't everything.
It's like, what do we play for?
That's what are you as the Yankees playing for with such a franchise and such a history?
It's crazy, and you're hitting the nail right on the head that this philosophy is infecting society in general.
100%.
This whole
All
participation trophy thing.
All over. It's terrible.
And it's disgusting.
It's bad.
It's disgusting. People will look at me because I'm, I'm harder on my son. Like when I'm like, nah, listen, man, you got to do this right, whatever.
Me too.
Do something wrong. I tell you, that was wrong. Why? Because they used to tell me, like, I'll never forget. I was like 7 years old, right? It's one of my first times pitching a game, right? And we used to keep score back in my day. Now they don't even keep score in these games.
Yeah. Oh
They
my
don't
God.
keep score. You just play, and that's it. We kept score back in my day, believe it or not. Anyway, I got lit up. And I was crying at the end of the game. I was like, man, I sucked. And my coach comes up to me. He was like, yeah, you weren't good. They were a lot better than you today. And I was just like, how's that supposed to help me? He's like, it's not supposed to help you today. It's supposed to make you mad so that you come back and you try to be better than them.
That's
the
right.
next
Help you tomorrow.
And to me, at 7 years old, that was everything. It was like, wait, you're not babying me. You're not telling me, oh, it's okay, whatever, get them next time. You're telling me, no, they were better than you today. Be better next time. And I was like, hell yeah. Like, I was pumped. I wanted to go play them again because I wanted to be better than them. I didn't want a participation trophy. Like,
no, nobody wants that.
But the Yankees, they
The
have
Yan-
Aaron Boone there.
They
have Aaron
developed
Boone
that.
to give out participation trophies to buy the guys pizza after losses.
Yeah, I remember that one time too. I think when he first took over, where did they go to? They went to a bowling alley. I'm like, what are they, 7? Like, what are they, 7 years old? They're in Tampa. They got beautiful women left and right. They got every single culture there left and right. You're taking the fellas. Guess what we're doing tonight? What are we doing? We going bowling. The Marlins last year were during COVID going to the strip bar. They were like, we're gonna live. We 20-something years old in Miami. What do you want us to do?
It still made the playoffs.
It still made the playoffs. But I'm like, it is. France, you hit it right in the head, man. You know, even with my son, man, I don't play that stuff like at all. Like I always, even like when he learns lessons in school and stuff like that, I always try to give him the other side of it. Like, all right, well, think about it this way. I think about that.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, the participation thing is just bad. I mean, it's to me, it's just devastating on so many different levels, because think about what that does to a kid for years and years as they get older. When they're like, well, I went out there and I tried, right? I did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but did you want to win? It's like you shouldn't have to have the conversations like you wanted to win, right?
Yeah.
It's weird. And it's like now you almost have to, because schools don't acknowledge it. I remember my son was telling me the other day, like 2 years ago, he's in middle school now, when he's in elementary school, they were playing dodgeball, and he loves dodgeball. He's like, I'm good at it. I love it. And he goes to middle school, and they said they can't play dodgeball because they're worried about it hitting another kid's face.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, these are little tiny softballs. Like, they're boys. Like, I understand if a girl wants to sit out, they do different things, and but they want to play as boys. Like, they're not gonna, I understand they hit it. They look to fight each other. All right, break it up. But God, when I was young in school, Holy Rosary in the Bronx, we played tackle football in middle school. I mean, that stuff, nobody ever concerned about, oh, don't worry, you might hurt yourself. Take it easy. No.
You got to get hit in the face sometimes.
You have to.
It builds character. Do you know one of the biggest problems with a lot of men walking around the world today?
They've never been punched in the mouth.
They never been punched in the mouth. You could tell as soon as one of these guys walk into a room, you could tell like that, like, this guy's never been punched in the mouth. That's why he moves like that.
Or their parents never whipped their ass a couple of times.
Yeah, it's like,
it's true.
It's like,
well, because if you do it, they're calling the cops on him.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
Yeah,
but I feel like it's funny because like this is the conversation we're having about society, and it's like I feel like this Yankees team is a perfect reflection of that. That's what they are. They're becoming that. They're becoming that. They're the kids whose parents won't discipline them.
It's like the point I made with Hicks when he sat out after the young man that got killed. And I said to myself, I said, look, I understand somebody being upset, and I truly understand that 100%. But doesn't it look better if you go out there and play that game, and after the game, you say the reason why you played, and you give your message after that while playing? You're sitting the bench, and most fans are looking at you being like, dude, you get paid $10 million to be a bad baseball player.
Mm-hmm.
Like, most people are losing their jobs right now. Like, they don't have all this. Like, you out there talking about oppression while you're being privileged right now. Like, what are you doing?
And I think I said it in the chat too. Like, you want to really make a message, go and donate your check from that game to some kind of cause that you care about that's in line with the gentleman, or give it to his family or something. Actually do something that makes a statement. Don't sit there, collect a game check, and, oh yeah, by the way, I didn't even play.
And then you got to make your manager answer to it, even though that's Boone's job. But
the team probably had to answer for it too, which isn't right. It should be him and only him.
He still has yet to stand in front of a mic. What? Because I don't know, and I could be wrong about that. But if somebody knows,
no, he didn't. I don't think he did.
Somebody find me footage of Aaron Hicks in front of a mic this season, because I'd love to know what the hell he said.
No, I don't remember anything like that at all.
He's not facing anything. Like, don't get me wrong, right? I understand what's going on. I'm a person of color. I tell people this all the time. I'm a person of color. I grew up in New York City. I'm from Sunset Park, Brooklyn. I live in the Bronx now. I live in a nicer area now than I grew up in. Obviously, Sunset Park is really rough. I feel all of that stuff that happens. I feel all of that. If I was in the major leagues, I'm playing, and I'm going to put the man's name on my freaking socks, or on my cleats, on my glove, on my bat, and I'm going to play as hard as I possibly can.
That's how I see it.
Unless I'm Aaron Hicks, in which case maybe it's better he took the night off, because if I'm playing for this, I suck. It's not going to be a good look.
I don't think that's why a lot of people aren't that mad at it,
dude.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
You're playing. you're playing the best of both sides in that situation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
absolutely.
cross, and then the people that are like, well, maybe I don't agree with it. Well, I respect him for playing. You know, so you're doing the right thing in that sense. It's that's upsetting to me because also too, if you want to go deeper into it, you also got kids of color that watch him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many kids of color that watch Aaron Hicks or watches Stanton or a lot of these guys and go, oh damn, that's gonna be me one day. You know, how many people actually do that and they go, oh well, he's sitting out, so I guess when I'm upset about something, I should just sit out.
Well, and just to go back to the point you guys were just making about the whole like different era thing, didn't Doc Gooden throw his no-hitter when his father was in the hospital and possibly dying of I forget what?
Yeah. Yeah.
He goes out, he pitches a no-hitter. I'm not trying to belittle the situation with Hicks at all, but I have a feeling that Dwight Gooden's dad being in the hospital dying affected him more than, again, like I said, please don't think I'm trying to belittle it, but someone who Aaron Hicks has never met before.
What I don't understand is especially in the slump Hicks was in, why don't you just let that fuel you and you go out on the field and you play some good baseball? Instead, you're going to sit out when you're playing like shit.
Yeah.
For all we know, because the Yankees are like, they've become like the spin capital of baseball. So all the stories that come out to the media, like you got to vet them 10 times before
100%. 100%.
For all we know, it was a scheduled off day because he'd been sucking so bad anyway, and he just wanted to frame it that way. I'm not trying to attack Aaron Hicks. I'm attacking the Yankees' transparency with the fan base ever since Girardi left. That's what I'm attacking.
Oh, 100%. Been terrible.
Terrible. They don't give us the truth.
It's a PR disaster. I mean, it's a disaster.
Yeah. When do we know? When do we really know, like what's happening, what the injuries are, or whatever? Like Aaron Judge is missing a game because his left side is sore. We're not going to get an MRI. He's just
3 weeks.
Yeah, it's like
oh my God.
three. I mean, that's one of the. That's. I mean, I remember making the videos on that. And it's like I'm making a video and I keep repeating it because I'm like, do they really believe we're stupid?
They do.
It's like you're calling your fan base dumb. It's like, yeah, all you guys are stupid. Don't worry, it'll be 3 weeks.
Yeah, I don't understand it. Like,
and the dude's out for 3 months. you're like, what happened to 3 weeks? Oh well, you know, that's what we initially thought. And then even like with all the injuries, there's been so many of them. Even Voit this year's like there was no communication. Remember Severino? Severino never said anything about his arm. He never mentioned nothing to nobody.
Nope.
At all.
This keeps happening to the Yankees.
All of a sudden, it's like, oh, guess what? Well, actually, tomorrow Severino's having surgery. What happened? Nobody knew.
Oh, he hasn't touched the ball since.
How does this happen? Nobody know. Well, in the Dominican Republic during the offseason, he didn't do anything. Oh, I'm like nobody knew anything. Nobody says nothing. It's I don't know. It's bad, and it is. It's and they feed also into the idea that the players of today are much softer than the players of old.
They are though.
I mean, they are. And I get that they have like a dollar value. You know what I mean? The guys back in the day didn't have a dollar value because they had to play. It was their living. That's how they lived. You know, like you watched the movie 61 about Mantle. My dad saw Mantle. And my dad, if you said Mantle would be in the outfield, barely able to move. You could see his legs were taped up. And I mean, both of the guy's knees, his entire he looked like a mummy after games. It was completely taped from top to bottom. And Mantle, if you saw him when he was young, you could see he had that sort of like I want to say Mike Trout built, but not really. He had wide shoulders. The man was an animal. He was just a freak. He had that freak build that you had. So that's where his power came from. But they feed into the idea that the players of today are soft.
1,000%. You need off days for like off days after like the first week and a half of a season.
It's insane. It's like unheard of. I mean, you even go back to, you even go back to the early 2000s. You didn't see that. That didn't happen in the early 2000s. I mean, and again, I get, Stanton and all these guys. These guys have a lot of money attached to their name. So it's in the best interest of the organization to keep them on the field. But I just feel like a player got to have some sort of say. they got to have some sort of pull and value because look at even Stanton's injury, the one when he slid in the base and then he's out for 2 months and everybody's like, what did he do? What did he even do? Oh, it was a strain. What? But when did it happen when he slid into the base? Because everybody's saying the dude can't play because he scraped his kneecap.
He had a boo-boo.
He had a boo-boo. I mean,
He had a boo-boo.
put a little whiskey on it. You'll be all right in the morning. Don't worry.
He had a boo-boo. They didn't have any Baby Shark Band-Aids, so IL.
IL, man. And even the IL. Come on, we changed that too. Everything's what's
Oh no, you can't say disabled. It's
disabled is a bad thing apparently.
It's a blur.
Because apparently you're talking about like a
Oh, the mic. Can you guys hear him, or is it just me?
No, I can't hear him.
Ah. Almost.
All right, there we go.
There we go.
Guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yep, you're good.
Oh, I can't hear you now. Hold on.
Wait, that's a different mic.
Is it?
Yeah, he sounds a little different.
All right, there we go. Oh, I got on the phone. There we go.
Now you're back.
Yep, you're back.
There we go. Now it sounds better. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I agree with a lot of things, but there's just some things that really get me. I feel like Manfred is like the perfect guy for this time to really change baseball. He's like the perfect person for it.
We know he loves doing
And
it.
it seems like they're doing it. I mean, it's just strange. A lot of the even the rule, the thing at second base is a disaster.
Oh.
I mean, that is as Bush League and as you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of like beer league softball.
Yeah.
It's like something you would do in a league that aren't professionals. Like professional guys wouldn't do this. You play baseball until you're done. There's a strategy to that. Now you take out the strategy.
Even in the municipal league, like I used to work for the DA's office out here, and even in the municipal league, we wouldn't do that. Like we would play. We shoot for 6 innings, but if the game is tied up to 6, we play until it's not tied.
It's arguably it got to be one of the worst rule changes in baseball history of all time. I mean, it really has to be. Who was it recently? Gary Sheffield. Did you guys see Sheffield's new comments?
Yeah, just yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Or was that today?
Yeah, that he won't even watch baseball anymore. He says he can't believe how bad the game has changed. He won't even watch it. He even said when he was working for Fox, he never watched the games. He just studied the players and that was it. He couldn't watch it.
Wow,
that's bad.
That's pretty loud. That's a loud voice to be saying something like that.
Well, look,
You would
David Wells
think,
said it. Wells said it recently. A lot of the older guys have said it recently about how to. Oh, by the way, Francis, that just made me remember the beard, the mustache guy. That was a Goose Gossage.
Goose Gossage.
Yep.
Goose Gossage. That's who it was. We could, for some reason, it just slipped our mind. We couldn't get his name out there.
Yeah, Goose.
Goose really showed how much he hated. He really doesn't. He's had some choice words recently.
Yeah, dude. You know, it's a shame. It's a shame, and I get what the older players are saying, and it's a shame that we're losing. Like the legends of the game don't even want to watch the game that they became legends in. Like,
yeah,
we're becoming too much. We're becoming too much like basketball, and like I understand they want to grow the game. They want to grow the game because the revenue, and they want to make.
But they're hurting it.
But they're hurting it. Yeah. This is the MLB will never be the NBA. And that's not a bad thing. It's not. Like Mike Trout doesn't have to be LeBron James. I'm sorry. Like it just doesn't translate in baseball really. Like it just I don't know why like we're trying to like capture that whole thing and get the managers that are player whisperers and all this other BS. Like just they had that slogan a couple years ago, just let the kids play, but they really don't want to let the kids play. I don't
right.
Like, I don't get it. Just let the kids play, but we're gonna put a runner on second in the 10th.
Yep.
What are you?
And then even like what is the new now they want to move the pitcher's mound back?
Yeah.
Because they're saying that the hitting is not going to catch up to the pitching now.
I mean, but my thing is, okay, so let's get more stars injured. Let's put more risk on their arm just to maybe make hitters hit a little better. I mean, I got a great idea for you. Let steroids be allowed. Like, I mean, baseball. baseball was fun. I mean,
Bring back the juice ball.
or bring back the juiced ball.
that.
Yeah.
How fun was 2019? Look, we
It
didn't
was
win the
fun,
World Series.
but it
We
was
didn't
fun.
win the World Series in 2019, but we could all objectively say 2019 was a fun year of baseball.
It was a
Oh, it
fun
was
year.
very fun.
Yeah.
That was
Yankees and Twins hit 300 home runs each.
that was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And they thought and the Twins thought they were gonna beat us.
Right. Poor Twins.
We're the Bomba squad. Yeah, all right.
I hate saying it. I think this Yankee team could have beat that Twin team. Nobody could. The Twins just see the Yankees and are like, yeah, it doesn't matter who's playing. We lost.
What
That's
did the Twins
us.
play last year?
They still have nightmares of Ruben Sierra. Trust me.
Dude, but that's how I feel like we're getting to that point with Tampa Bay, and it really irks my nerves. I can't.
And Toronto.
Toronto,
yeah, in a
yeah.
sense. But Tampa's
There's
on another
like
level
3
right now.
There's like 3 or 4 Yankee killers in Toronto's lineup.
Yeah.
Vlad, Bichette,
Bichette.
Grichuk.
Richard.
Heck, even Jansen's been killing them lately.
Yeah. God, Bichette is awesome.
Yeah, I really like Bichette. I like everybody on that Blue Jays team, even though they are our division rival.
Yeah,
That's a fun
but
team.
they got a good team. You can't.
It's a
We
fun
can't.
team.
But see, look, they're another team. They're another team that's going in that same mold that the Padres and Dodgers did. They also got some money. They got their big center fielder. They got their guy, but they also have an elite farm system. Look at what they've done with that team. You know what they got to do now? They know what they got to do. The guys that don't work, we got to trade them for guys that can help win right now, not 5 years from now, right now.
Mhm.
Free agents come along. We can sign them. We can go out there and add a pitcher, add an outfielder or a bat. They could do it. The Yankees did it all wrong. They started way too late. When they had Severino and all these other guys coming up, that was the moment you strike. Brian Cashman didn't want to give up Clint Frazier in the deal to get Cole back in the day. He didn't want to make that move. He didn't want to push that one to make that move. He didn't want to give up what the hell was his name again? He's not even on the team no more.
Chance Adams.
Chance Adams.
Oh my God.
I remember when I was told that, I said, I got to report this. This is ridiculous. I said, I'm going to put it out there. Yeah, the deal was done. I'm not joking. The deal was done. He would not give up Chance Adams along with Clint Frazier. He wouldn't do it.
You don't even want to play Clint Frazier, and he's holding on to him.
So that's the problem, because now it's like I said before, they're in a conundrum. That's why I said this year, I said it when Cole was signed, I said they got to win within the first 3 years, because after that, I don't know what this team's going to look like, because who are they going to re-sign? Are they going to re-sign Sanchez? Do they just let him walk? Do they bring Judge back? Because like we were talking before, Judge is probably a little bit offended right now that he hasn't been re-signed yet.
Yeah, but it's not really the Yankee way to do extensions.
But that's the problem. And we talked about
I
that in the
agree.
first one, didn't we?
Yeah.
We talked about that in the first one. I remember Jorge Posada. He didn't like it. He had to wait forever to be signed. He even came out and said it. He's like, well, I'm going to test free agency because they waited so long.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a lot of guys that, sometimes it's a bad thing when you sign a guy that young long-term. Let's say, for an example, Glaber's playing how he is now. The Yankees just gave him a 7 or 8 year deal. Probably not too happy about it right now.
Hell no.
But when you got a guy like a Fernando Tatis Jr., I'm not upset with that deal.
You gotta lock him up though. That's the thing.
To me, he's the most exciting player in baseball.
And they have to lock him up because they know a guy like that touches free agency, he's gone.
Gone. No matter who's out there, he's not.
Gone.
Even though the Padres got money, he's going somewhere else.
Is that they can have all the money. You know how many attractive places are going to be like after him, courting him,
100%.
offering him all the amenities in the world. Like
100%.
He can go play with his friends. Do you know what that like?
Yeah.
What if he touched free agency and was decided, you know what? How cool would it be if I joined Vladdy Jr. in Toronto? Like,
that's right.
That would give me nightmares.
That's right.
I'm like, I was so happy they locked him up. I was like, yeah, keep his ass over there.
Guess what? Though? We got Hicks locked up.
Oh, yeah. Great.
Yeah.
The first thing about Hicks when they got him, I said, well, $10 million a year could be moved.
Yeah, exactly.
But you got to show a little something, man. I mean, even right now, you're like, he's going to end up being one of those deals where you got to almost just give him away.
Yeah. And even then, you might have to eat about half that deal.
And I don't think Brian Cashman does it. He's like, the guys that are Cashman gets, he doesn't give them away. He doesn't give him away.
The only one I can think of is Brandon Drury.
Drury's the guy, yeah, because I know he was trying to get Drury for years. They liked him for a long time, and then they got him, and obviously what happened to him. But I mean, Hicks is like one of his guys where he's like, and Francis, I think you're right. I think there's a severe ego issue with Cashman because it's almost like he wants to puff his chest up, like, oh look, I told you he was good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Look at Twins. Oh look how I got them. You know what I mean? Look at the steal I just did.
Yeah.
It's almost like you kind of get that feeling from him that he's like he doesn't want to admit his wrongdoings at all.
It's that he's gotten to this point where like he wants to be put in the conversation.
Cash God.
Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong. I understand it, and I think you guys are going to understand it too, right? When all these names started getting that notoriety, your Theo Epsteins, your AJ Prellers, right?
Yeah.
This Dave Dombrowski's, what's this guy? Chaim Bloom is now with the Red Sox after what he did in Tampa. Like,
yep.
These guys start getting like headlines and everything. All of a sudden, it's not just Brian Cashman, the mastermind behind the Yankees. Now you got guys who have done it and they did it with less, and they're getting headlines. So of course Cashman's gonna feel like, damn, like these kids are kind of like they're on my heels. They're on my, they're getting some, like, maybe I got to switch it up. But what he's not realizing is you're trying to be the smartest person in the room when you have the biggest wallet in the room.
Right.
You're playing the wrong game. Like,
100%.
Don't try to outsmart Houston when it comes to making moves for young pitching. They know pitching better than you. Don't
try to short arm a team like the Pirates for what's his face? He just threw a no-hitter.
Musgrove. Exactly. Don't try to beat Tampa Bay at Tampa Bay's patented own game. Like, Tampa Bay plays that game because they're a $60 million a year team. That's why they play that. That's why they're so good at it, because that's what they can do. That's all they can afford to do. When you're the Yankees, that's not your strength. Your strength isn't outsmarting Tampa. Tampa's smart because it's survival. They have to be that smart to survive in a market with the Yankees. But you're making it easy for them when you're playing. You're going to their field to play their game. They're supposed to come to us. And it's like Cashman is like, nah, like, I want to outsmart everybody so I can get that headline. Like, oh, I masterminded this. You don't have to mastermind shit, bro. Just spend the money correctly. Just spend the money correctly.
The Yankees are an elephant trying to be a fox.
Yeah.
That's literally what they're acting like. I love when they go, he's what deal is he's dumpster looking. He's looking at the guy that's been dumpster diving. He's looking for the guy that's been DFA that has good analytic numbers. No, man, like, and that's why people give George Steinbrenner a lot of hate because he did exactly that. He knew he was the big boy in the room, and he was gonna flex those muscles every chance he got because look, maybe it turned him on. He liked it. He probably liked it. He probably said, "You damn right." Look, I want that headline tomorrow. You know why? Because it's me on it. I enjoy that shit. Mm-hmm. I like having that out. I like when the New York Post says Steinbrenner done it again. Yankees. It's my team. But look, that's called pride. Yes. That's also a pride of something. I know I got it, and I'm going to give it. And my fans expect it, so they're going to get it too.
But I don't see what's wrong with that. Like, Steve Cohen just got here the other day, and they are – I don't want to, this is a family program, but they are topping the guy. Like, they're like, yo, he's the greatest thing or whatever. Look at how he's been. So all of a sudden, now it's a good thing to be that kind of owner, right? Because you were killing us talking about we buy our championships and we do that. But now,
because it's not the Yankees.
Other side of town, now it's okay. Now we got to, clap it up for the Mets. They finally got new ownership. Man, screw that. If I was Hal, I'd be like, okay, we're doing that now. All right. Break out the big wallet. Let's get the offshore accounts back open. Bring some money. Let's really play this game. Like, we should be going toe to toe. Like, okay, you want to spend? We'll spend too. You got Lindor. We get in Story or Seager, whatever. Let's do it. Like, you got.
Didn't Cashman or somebody say recently we're no longer a reactionary team?
Yeah.
Yep.
Bullshit. Let me tell you something. then you're not playing to win.
Yeah. Because you have to react. That was the stupidest thing.
You have to react. If you don't react to what the main competitors out there are doing, guess what you're showing? You're showing you're a bloody person in the water full of sharks.
Yeah.
And you're saying, come finish us.
Yeah.
We're not here. We're not in this thing for real. We're no longer the Yankees. We're not looking to win. It's hilarious to hear like, this player is they're out of our price range. You're like, man, shut the hell up. Like, you stupid. Like, let me smack the shit out of you, Cash. Like, you dumb.
Price range?
There's a guy, I want to shout him out. Matter of fact, I want to shout him out because he's on Twitter. Bobby Malone, I think he goes by.
Yep.
You guys know Bobby Malone. But during the offseason, I remember I went back and forth with him. Nothing bad, good things actually. He talked about, he said, I'm sick of the Yankees talking about they don't have money. They're pocketing everything. This team makes millions of dollars. Like the time when like even merchandise alone, what is Judge going on, 3 or 4 years in a row? I think he wasn't last year, but the top selling jersey in baseball.
Yeah.
He's always top 5.
The Yes Network deal. I mean, all these deals they're making. I'm not saying you got to have a $400 million payroll, but if you really know one player is going to change things for you, nothing is stopping the Yankees from making that move. And the last thing you should be telling us is it's money.
Yeah. Remember, I think it was before the 2017 wild card game against the Twins, but it might have been 2018 against the A's. Everyone was talking about it like, oh, it's the big pocket Yankees. How could they lose to the Twins? I don't think you can have that narrative anymore with this team.
You can't.
You can't.
It's not even close. They don't act like a big market club.
Put it like
okay.
Corbin. What was the numbers on Corbin?
But 6 and 140.
The Yankees wouldn't go above 4 years.
I mean, what Corbin did for the Nationals. He won them a World Series, 3 innings.
Well, that's why I laughed.
Perfect
That's
innings.
why I laughed when somebody tried to throw it at me. They said, "Oh, well, Peter, yeah, you're the one who wanted Corbin." My only response was, the team he signed with won a World Series. And if you don't think the Yankees would have been better those years with him, you're out your mind. You're literally out your mind.
Listen, kill me if you want to in the chat. I can't see the chat. I'll take Corbin right now. I'm sorry. I know you guys. I know you guys don't see it.
I would too.
He had a couple of bad games, but what are you talking about? You know how many dumpster fire game starts we've had in the last 3 years? Like, let's not pretend like, oh, he's not good enough to pitch for our team.
Well, it's even like last year at the deadline when the Yankees got nothing, and I remember reporting that they were actually close to a deal, and they were, because I think Peter Gammons and a few other mentioned, and then they backed out of it, of getting Robbie Ray and Archie Bradley together.
Yeah, that was very
And I remember
close.
reporting that, and I was like, damn, that's awesome, because people are, oh, they need to make something. No, they needed to make a move. They needed to show confidence in their own club. He basically went out there and said, we'll have an injury coming back, or no, that doesn't show confidence. Look, at the end of the day, having a Robbie Ray out of your bullpen would have been damn nice for the Yankees. Whether it's a situational lefty type guy, it would have been nice. And Archie Bradley's another guy who throws, but it's something. It's basically telling your team, we're not throwing a white flag in here. We're adding because we know how good we are. Look at look at the years in the 90s, all the deadline deals they made that turned out to be spectacular. Even going back to a guy like a Glenn Allen Hill was still a big pickup for that year. I mean, there's little guys like that. Bobby Abreu's deal.
Yeah.
He was great the rest of that year.
Oh,
I mean, there's Ichiro. The first year, he was great for the Yankees.
Yeah. 2009, I don't think they win without Jerry Hairston and Eric Hinsky.
Damn right. You're damn right they don't. Eric Hinsky was awesome, and he was clutch. And Jerry Hairston played everywhere. He was terrific. Yeah. So, I mean,
people forget those moves though. That's the issue, I think, with our fan base, is that people forget those little auxiliary moves that we made that cover the gaps and really make us into championship teams.
Because I hate saying it. I hate saying this. The majority of Yankee fans now and younger fans are stupid to those facts. They're ignorant.
You're so right.
Let me take the word stupid out. They're ignorant towards them, because a lot of things in today's world is ignorance. It's not that people are bad or this and that. It's just pure ignorance. Yeah. And that's even what you see on the baseball side. It's like people arguing that average means nothing. What? Batting average doesn't mean anything? Well, there's other stats. Yeah, I understand that, but batting average means something.
No, they just want to tell you, but they got to understand this guy hits the ball so hard. Giancarlo Stanton has had the hardest hit baseball like 3 years running. What is that translated to for us, though?
What is it translated for him? He hasn't had his 50-plus homer year. He
Yeah.
hasn't had the monster years of the Marlins.
We're still dreaming. We're still dreaming about him and Judge having 50 home run seasons in the same year.
Yeah, give me Jeter and Damon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Give me that top two.
Yeah. Dude.
As of right now, give me DJ LeMahieu and Gio.
Yeah.
But it's 100% true. What Austin was saying, like this point that people like to make, especially like opposing fan bases about the Yankees or whatever, like it's so tired now. And when I hear it, I'm just like, dude, you must not have watched us from like 2010 to now.
Right.
It's not the same. It's not the same group of people. Like,
Right.
the
It's not.
team is not the same. Like, I can tell you probably 10 different deals that I guarantee you happen if it was the old school regime. Like,
All right, Max Scherzer would have been a Yankee.
Yep.
easily, for sure.
Garrett Cole.
Verlander would have been traded for that year because the only reason they didn't trade for him, if you remember, was money.
Exactly.
Yep.
You guys remember that? They
Yeah.
said it. Brian
Yep.
Cashman flat out said it. It was money.
Money.
Garrett Cole never joins the Astros.
Never, no way in hell.
Never has to wear that jersey. Never has to
Can you imagine for a second going to George Steinbrenner and say, hey, look, there's a kid in Garrett Cole. He probably knows. He knew his baseball. So you know who he was. Guy's a fireballer. I think he comes here. He does very good. What are they asking for? They're asking for the kid Frazier and Chance Adams. So what's the holdup? What's the money looking like? Oh, but you want me to deal them? Are you out your mind?
Mm-hmm. This guy had to be talked off trading Jeter.
Right. Exactly. So again, we're not saying that they're good and bad comes. We're not saying there'll be misses there. But when you do your Cole move, who's the best player in the Yankees? This man.
He is.
He's the most elite arm the Yankees have had since when?
09 CC, maybe?
CC?
No, I still think he's way better than. I don't think he's.
I
He's
agree.
way better than CC, Bob.
I agree.
I don't think he's even close. Like CC, I don't feel like CC was ever an ace for the Yankees.
Do you go maybe a young Shin-Ming Wong pre-injury? Maybe.
Yeah, but he was nowhere near as dominating.
No.
He was wonderful to watch because he would have 5-second innings. I mean, he was terrific to watch. But I mean, even when they signed Mussina was great, and he also played in the steroid era. But I mean, you look at a guy like that; they've missed out on all these guys.
It's a damn shame. Mussina,
It is a shame.
It's a damn shame. We didn't win that man a ring. As hard as he played, as good as he was, like, oh my God, it's like we wasted such a top quality pitcher. We wasted years of that man's career. Like,
yeah, and a lot of people are saying the same thing in the comments that we just missed a lot of. Cashman has truly missed a lot of really good guys.
he can't evaluate pitching properly. That's my biggest issue with him.
Darius, sorry to cut you off, Rico, but Darius brings up a good point. I'll let you continue from there. Cashman, the last 2 to 3 years, around July, always says the reason he missed out on the big deal was because of money. And that's true. He said it the last couple of years over the big guys that they were involved, but they got out because of a certain reason. Typically, it had to do with money.
Mm-hmm.
I feel bad saying this, but I'm telling you, I just think that that's the narrative this year too. I can't see how it isn't.
Yeah.
That's why I'm even hesitant, and I say hesitant to make that video because if you get a guy like Story, it makes sense. Like when I was first told, I was like, well, that does make sense because you get ahead of the market.
Yeah.
You say we'll have a 72-hour window or whatever to sign him, to re-sign him. You lock your shortstop in for good going forward, and you go from there. Now, people can sit here and say, well, I don't think he's the best choice. Fine, but the Yankees need somebody like him. He's arguably the best shortstop in baseball defensively.
Yes.
Offensively, he's great. Yes, he does strike out, and I wholeheartedly take that point. I agree with that. But the Yankees also have center field to play with. They may also have left field to play with. So, yes, they can still add guys to make more contact to round out that team. That wouldn't be the issue.
With Merrifield, Adam Frazier.
Merrifield, Adam Frazier, Florial, all the other guys they have that could possibly become something. Marte. I mean, there's a lot of trades on that table that the Yankees have enough to make these deals. But they got to make up their mind soon. Is it going to be the smartest idea to hold on to a Garcia for a long time if you can make a big deal? Is it a good idea to hold on to Frazier if somebody comes along and says, we'll take Frazier at it? All right, that's not going to hold us up. that's my big concern is that the window, one of the guys, I think Dan O'Rourke or something, I was going back and forth with him for a while too, because he kept saying there's no such thing as a window. Yes, there is. Yes, there is a window.
Absolutely.
You got to re-sign these guys. These are the guys. That's like saying in 98 when Jeter and these guys came up, well, they can win in 5 years from now, hopefully. No, there is a window for these guys. The Yankee team does have a window. They got to win with these guys unless there's no success.
The thing, these people must think that Garrett Cole is going to be throwing 98 when he's 37. Like,
yep,
dude.
Yep.
The league catches up. The league catches up to people. Like,
your body catches up to you.
And your body catches up to you. Like, Garrett Cole is Garrett Cole right now. We need to take advantage of that right now. Like, the way he looks this year.
Ooh, best ever.
Come on.
Better than the Astros year, because now he also has a filthy changeup.
Yeah, it's like, bro, we're like that's what I'm saying. It's like you don't waste that kind of year from a talent like Garrett Cole. Like, if we were to waste this year from Garrett Cole, it's like, bro, I don't even know if I can make the jokes about the Mets fans and what they did with what the Mets have done with DeGrom these last few years. We'd be right in that boat.
It's gonna be a repeat of it.
We'd be right in that boat if we waste a years like that from Garrett Cole. It just doesn't make any sense. If anything, it'd be worse though, because at least they have DeGrom on a bargain. We're paying Garrett. We're paying him good money, and he's showing up, and the lineup is mailing it in. It's like, dude, if we don't get a number 2, it's and like, I don't know, but it's like, I understand they want to stay under the luxury. I get it or whatever, but it's like, if they come to that point this year where there's a pitcher out there available, like a guy like Max Scherzer, and the Nats are out of it, and everybody knows they're sellers, and everybody knows that there's somebody in our farm system that they would like to take in return for Max Scherzer, who's walking probably anyway.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And Cashman comes and tells us, yeah, we just couldn't find the right deal that made sense. What? Max Scherzer pitching game 2 after Garrett Cole doesn't make sense?
It's just intimidating on paper. It's one of those things that opposing teams see and go, damn, we better win these first 2, or one of these first 2 at least.
Exactly.
That's the scary thing right now that we're seeing. And yeah, folks in the comments section, Corbin Burns is a starter. Can you guys please stop saying he's a relief pitcher? He's a starter and he's one of the best in the National League. Yeah. So just FYI, he will be a tremendous pickup. But even everybody in the comment section, is saying the same thing, that the window is closing. They agree with that 100%. Some people even brought up the fact that, when we got Stanton, Brian Cashman should have basically made it be known then that, that was the deal that they were going to do, and Machado or Harper wouldn't be a factor. If they knew that, it's upsetting that that's the route they took, because even back then, even when Stanton had his 50+ homer year, I think most people probably would have said, well, Machado or Harper fit the lineup better than Stanton does. Even back then. And, the same thing, we got Max Scherzer in there, fans are talking about in the comments section, and what it would take the deal for him. Yeah, there's going to be availability out there, but Francis hit it on the head. I mean, are the Yankees going to be willing to go over that to win? And they're making a major mistake if they, again, don't go out here in these next 1 to 2 years and do all they can to win with Cole, because Francis is right. He's going to slow down eventually. Yeah. And then who's after him?
Where's all the people who didn't want to trade Glaber for Castillo in the offseason?
Yeah. Yep.
No, they're crying now. I can't tell you how many arguments I got into on Twitter about that.
Well, even in the offseason, when I was talking, the only thing I ever brought up in the offseason before I had somewhat information on what they would do, which actually really wasn't much this year, because I feel like a lot of people don't know or haven't known. I said it the whole time. I said, can they just add, they know what they got already. Can we just add a contact bat, whether it's a bench guy that could play all over the place, or somewhere in the infield, outfield, bring LeMahieu back and decide on what you're doing? I remember saying, I said, okay, well, now they got 1 or 2 options in the offseason. Trade Voit or trade Glaber. Pick the guy you're going to trade, but get a Brandon Woodruff back. Get a Castillo back. Get one of these guys that you can throw out there, and they're gonna ring guys up. They're strikeout pitchers. There's still maybe a little bit of hope there that they turn out to be who they are, but you had to add something behind Cole. You had to add more contact to his offense. That's all you had to do. And like L.I. Yankee King says, oh, you got to tear it down. No, this is not a broken team. This is a team that is missing a few of the right pieces, and that's it. So you know what should count? If I'm Brian Cashman going to the deadline, 26-man roster, right? Few guys under 40, and that is it. The other guys, the Jason Dominguez's and all that, like Francis, you brought this up. Yeah. I think he's going to be great. But look, if there's something on that table that he's the only thing holding it up, and I really feel that this guy's going to be a controllable guy for years to come, and we got to make this deal, you almost have to pull the trigger on that. You can't be scared to do it. You can't say, oh, the fans are going to be mad that a guy we never saw play is traded.
Yeah. People were saying that about Glaber, like they were like in 2017. They were like, oh man, I bet the Cubs are regretting that now because like, look, the Yankees they re-signed Chapman or whatever. Oh, you think they're regretting it with the championship ring on their finger?
I know they're so upset they won a World Series.
You think they're regretting Glaber Torres? And I'm not even saying that because of how he's playing this year. But if you add in this year, that just goes to show you, like, you don't hold on to a player whose hope and potential. You know what potential is? Smoke. Potential could be 100%. Gone just like that. One wrong turn and potential is gone forever. Yep. Forever. And I'm not wishing Jason I want Dominguez to be the next Mike Trout.
Yeah, I want him doesn't.
And hopefully he is that for the Yankees. But if he's not, and we held on to him, and we could have gotten that pitcher who puts us over the top to win a championship ring, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, you don't know unless you pull the trigger. And Cashman has been so afraid to fail at that move that he doesn't pull the move. That's the one shot that he won't take because he's afraid to miss it. And it's like, dude, to me, that's your legacy. You think your legacy is about, the lineup and let me put Gardner as a 3-hitter and revolutionize the 3-hole hitter for the rest. Dude, screw that. Your legacy is making the move for the pitcher at the right time. If you can't do that, it's over.
Facts.
That's going to be your legacy. You never, the white whale was Garrett Cole. I disagree. Garrett Cole, the white whale, was in Pittsburgh. You didn't trade for him. You signed him. Big difference. All that took was money. The white whale for Brian Cashman is making that trade for that transcendent arm, pulling the trigger, sending the prospect that hurts, that people are going to be on MLB Network talking about, I don't know if you should have done that because this guy's got a lot. I want him to make that deal. Make that deal.
I even have a couple things to talk about with what you just said. Number one, for all the people who think, do the Cubs regret giving up Glaber? Forget this year, forget last year. Do they forget it? Let me ask Yankee fans, do you regret the A.J. Burnett signing in 2009? No, because you were on the Canyon of Heroes.
Spot on.
Watching that team on floats. I was there. I was 11, I think, but I was there. He sucked from then on, but you know what? He won you a championship.
Facts.
Spot on. That's spot on. And
Facts.
That's it. That's it. That's it all day. I mean, Yankee fans are never going to be upset if you win. I mean, look, you know, baseball is a game of what have you done for me now, right? So, there's going to be times like even these fans now that talk about always saying a certain guys they deal and they go on to do well and Sonny Gray and all that. Yeah, you know, but the Yankees are obviously they're looking to win, and again, like, you know, they do have a window. That's just obvious. They do have that. They do have to win now in the next couple of years. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I do hope Brian Cashman, you know, stops with the trying to be too smart and trying to outsmart other teams. And, you know, they have a big decision to make with that infield. That's true. They got a major decision to make with that infield. And I think it has to come at the deadline. I don't think it's a thing they go all year with. You know, you got to decide on what that looks like. You know, are you comfortable enough with Gleyber shortstop Gleyber shortstop, you know, it's getting late. Gleyber Torres at shortstop all year long. And then a guy like Luke Voigt comes back, and I'm telling you right now, and I said this before, I'm not trading Luke Voigt if it comes to trading him or Torres. I'm just not, because Luke Voigt is a guy that I forget the baseball. Forget the baseball. I like the energy. I like the heart. I like that this man could go to a podium and say, we suck. We played like shit today. Simple as that. We're bad. We got to be better. I got to be better. They got to be better.
I think Glaber's gone no matter what happens. Because here's how I see it. We have DJ on a 6-year deal. We have Luke Voigt controlled. We have Gio controlled.
Yep.
Who are we getting rid of there? You're not getting rid of Gio.
So I'm saying it's tough.
Not getting rid of
Stanton's not going nowhere.
You're not getting rid of, obviously, DJ. I just don't see where Glaber is in the future of this team.
Right.
And if you had to pick who out of the two, Glaber or Luke, right? Who is going to give you more trouble in terms of like free agency? Like,
Glaber all day.
Glaber.
Exactly.
Not even close.
If they put up the same numbers, it's Glaber.
It's Glaber.
The Yankees, Luke Voigt could come back and do well this year, and the Yankees could lock him up this offseason for 6-7 years at a reasonable salary. I guarantee it.
Because Luke Voigt is a real freaking man.
Yeah.
Like, he's a loyal person. He has virtues and values, and
100%.
Glaber is trying to build a brand.
Yeah, 100%.
Glaber that's just another comparison with Cano.
Exactly.
Cano went to Seattle to build a brand, and how did it work out for him? He ended up doing steroids twice to live up to a huge contract.
That was such a stupid move.
Oh,
I mean, that's one of who was representing him? Jay-Z was representing him at that time, wasn't he?
Yep.
Man, I would have flat out just said, guys, I'm not going to Seattle. Look, I don't care, man. I don't care what they give. You could tell me tomorrow to double in what the Yankees are offering. No matter what, I'm a millionaire. I'm not interested. You go to Seattle to die. I'm not even joking. You go there for your career to die, and it did. Nobody cared about him no more.
The day he signed, I said Robinson Cano will not make the Hall of Fame. I didn't expect steroids to be the reason why, but I said he would not make the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
That's bad management, man. That's bad management.
These agents now are becoming almost like the Cashmans of the world, that they want attention too. They want to build legacies themselves. Look at Boris. Look at Rachel Luba. They want to be stars themselves now. So when it comes time for free agency and they got their big ticket item on the market, they ain't trying to hear about loyalty and all this, whatever. Like, that's why you think the Garrett Cole thing took so long. Garrett Cole knew from the moment Houston
wanted to be a Yankee.
They were talking to him at the end of the series. He already took off the Houston hat. He had another hat on. Basically, like, yo, I'm out. Peace out, Minute Mate. We done. Yep. I'm going to the Bronx.
He knew where he was going very early. He knew where he was going.
He knew it. But they had to drag it out and take this meeting and take that meeting. Why? Because the agents are trying to get paid and the agents are trying to boost their resume. It's all about the resume. This whole Trevor Bauer thing, listen, I don't hate the guy as much as a lot of people, whatever.
But it was sickening.
But it was a freaking debacle. It was a debacle. What are we doing?
Can we and let's be fair here. Trevor Bauer is not a star.
No.
I mean, that's
Trevor
Bauer
had one good year.
Well, this is the funny thing too. That it's a question I brought up a long time ago. I hate social media. I hate saying it, but I hate it. Yes, it's good. Yes, there's a lot of good things you can do with social media. But forget not even to do with politics. It makes people become somebody else.
Yep.
And that's a problem. And it's like, he's right. Like this Rachel Lubiger. Yeah, I know. I get it. You're doing well. I'm happy. Trust me. I think it's awesome. But it's like, Francis is right. It's like, you are looking to enter this free agency yourself. It's like, you're the agent.
She was the star.
She was the star. That's right.
Didn't Bauer say, don't listen to John Heyman or Ken Rosenthal or any of them regarding my free agency? Direct all your questions to Rachel Luba.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, he did.
And she was making YouTube videos about it. She was announcing what teams are going to do, where we're doing this YouTube reveal. It was basically like, I'm going to handle everything. I'm the star of the show. Forget the player. They're buying me.
Then Bauer did he signed a Mets hat and had it auctioned off or on his site for sale or whatever. And everyone's like, oh, he's going to the Mets.
Yeah.
He did both. He signed both the Mets and the Dodgers one. And whenever he made a decision, it was supposed to come out. But he says that they made a mistake on the web. I think that's bullshit. I think it was just the biggest troll job to really end his free agency with a bang. I'm going to troll the Mets and go to LA.
Yeah. And good for Noah Syndergaard too, to call him out.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes it's nice to have, you know what it is?
What's in the guard?
Yeah. I mean, Francis said it too. Recently, you know, sometimes you got to have a man around, you know what I mean? Sometimes you got to have a man to cut that shit out. You know what I mean? Enough. That's why I like Voigt. Seriously. He's like a fucking lumberjack.
Yeah. He's a man's man.
It's like he walks around with an axe in the clubhouse.
He's a man's man.
You know what I mean? he's the type of guy that it's like after a game when they suck, he's not scared to go up to anybody. Be like, man, you got to be better tomorrow. Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing? You get that. Like, I remember O'Neal was talking about how Tino was, and they said Posada was like that too. In a club, they'll grab you by your neck, and they'll be like,
scary.
let's go. Like tomorrow be better. Like this ain't gonna cut it here.
I haven't seen his Voigt actually in the dugout for these games. I don't
I haven't
recall
seen
seeing
him.
him.
Last time I
think
seen
so.
him, he was making some sort of lasagna with his wife.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, Voigt was in the. I saw Voigt in the dugout tonight. He lifted up Gio and he hit the home
There you go. See, look, he lifted the boys up
Okay.
already.
There you
lifted
go.
him right up.
Because he wasn't there for like the first few games. I know because they were saying that he was like still like doing like some recuperation things like off site somewhere.
Okay.
But I think it's interesting that like Judge has been the guy, like, and I understand it, but I think it's interesting that he's been the only guy to get that nod, like, that's our captain, that's our future captain or whatever. And it's like, yeah, Judge numbers wise, like, yeah, he's shown up or whatever, but we know his injuries and stuff like that or whatever are also a factor. And for morale, the only thing I could think is like, oh, he's the DJ in the clubhouse. Like, okay, that's cool. But like,
It's this new age shit. I
But
hate
it's like,
saying it. It
that's-
is.
what are you gonna do when the guys are losing? Are you gonna be like Luke Voigt? Like, because Luke Voigt, he doesn't have to tell me. He doesn't have to tell me that he's getting in guys' faces. I
Right.
believe it.
I believe it.
Zach-
Yeah.
When Zach Britton said that they spoke to Herman, I was like, they don't got to tell me anything else. I'm sure Zach Britton was in Herman's grill.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yo, my man, you do this again. You're off.
Was anybody else shocked to find out he's half Dominican?
Zach
Uh,
Britton?
Yeah.
Kind
yeah,
of.
when I first found out, I was.
OD. I didn't see
I
that.
was like, what?
No.
Did you know that, France? You knew that?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah, he's half Dominican. His
Yeah.
mom's Dominican.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I knew now when you just said it, I knew that. I'm saying when I first heard it, though,
Oh, okay, yeah.
I didn't have no idea. It was the most shocking
Yeah.
thing in the world.
I
Well,
was
it's-
more shocked than when I found out Jacoby was Native American.
Yeah, I guess you
Yeah,
could be shocked by that. But see,
Definitely.
I guess it doesn't surprise me because the one thing, obviously, my wife is Dominican,
Mm.
but my best friend growing up is Felix. So me and Felix have known each other forever. Felix is paler than I am, and he's Dominican. So Dominicans have every skin color in their country,
Yeah, it's a fact.
which by the way is just a beautiful thing for itself.
Yeah.
But it's just you find that out about Britton. I remember when he said that, I was like, what in the world is Zach Britton? Like, you got no sazon in you. Like, where's it at? Like, what are you doing? Like anything? Like, wow, that was pretty shocking. But I don't know, man. There's there's a lot to be said about what the future holds. I'm just very, very worried about the overall mindset. And like somebody else brought up, I think Jonathan's in the chat a lot. He brought it up before. He says just the philosophy and the approach. It's just wrong.
Mm-hmm.
It's wrong. I think that sums it all up.
Yeah. I think you saw tonight, like, the potential for better at bats. Like, and we've been seeing it a little bit in the past few games. There's potential for better at bats with some guys. Like, Judge is starting to look at a little bit more of those breaking balls a foot off the plate, which is good because when you watch them, they become walks. And when you start walking on those pitches, the next time you come up, they're going to bring them closer to the zone and you might just get a hit that starts a rally that ends up being the game-winning rally like tonight. But overall, this season, it's all off.
Yeah.
You focus so hard on like, no, we got to hit the off-speed stuff. We got to be able to react. We got to be able to have pitch recognition and everything that you can't even hit a fastball now.
Yep.
Like, yes, I understand that they're throwing the Yankees less fastballs, but at the same time, when they throw them, because they're focusing so much on the off-speed stuff, most fastballs that the Yankees get thrown this season are big mistakes. Huge mistake. How many fastballs down the middle have we seen thrown to some of the most dangerous hitters in this lineup? And they just flat out miss it.
It's beyond a believable amount.
And why do they miss it? Because they're completely off of the fast. They're off. Gleyber Torres, listen, I hate bringing up his name as much as I am to talk bad about him, but it's like he's like the clearest example of how bad the timing is. The man is so off balance every game. He's good for 2 weak pop outs to shallow right center. Shallow right field. Sorry, not right center. I don't even know if he's hit a ball to right center or
Right.
center field or left field. It's like it's the same thing. This off balance thing. His front shoulder just flies up open, and it's the most ugly off balance. It's disgusting.
It's like he's swinging a club. He looks like Fred Flintstone out there trying to swing something. I mean, he's like he's swinging a bat like triple the weight.
At least he's swinging unlike Frazier.
Yeah.
He's looking even worse.
Frazier's a mental thing. Wouldn't you say? Like,
yeah, I think it's more mental with Frazier.
Wouldn't you guys
They're
say?
really messing with his mind. Like, I mean, how are you going to do that to him?
You tell him that he's the starting left fielder. It's his position. And then he struggles early on, and you bench him right away. Mind you, everyone is struggling, but he's the first guy that's like, no, you got to sit out the lineup.
Okay,
Especially everything he's gone through the years prior to that. It's just all an add up at this point.
Okay, but I want to, Pete, you'd be the one I'm more directing this at because you're the one who's always saying it with like Gary and whatever, giving them competition, Glaber. Are we kind of contradicting ourselves saying we want you to have competition, but then, we're not awarding you the starting job if you struggle, and now we're saying because it's Frazier not to do it? Like, how do you feel about that? I think your mic, maybe.
I don't know if he.
Yeah, did he hear me?
Yeah, guys, hold on. My sound went out if you guys can't hear me.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, I think the reason why they go towards Frazier more,
right.
benching him, is because
You guys hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, we hear you.
I didn't hear anything you said, by the way.
Okay. So you always say, and I agree with you, to have competition for Gary, have competition for Glaber. Now that we have someone in Frazier who has competition and we see them kind of bench him, we're like, oh, well, it's Frazier. Why are we doing that? I kind of feel like we want to have our cake and eat it too here.
No, I agree. I agree with it. I don't agree with it so early. They did it quick.
They
They pulled him like after 2 or 3 games. He was like, all right, yeah, you're a platoon.
3 games.
And it's like this man came over a year where he was nominated for a Gold Glove. Who the hell ever thought that was going to happen? So he's obviously proved he's out there. He's out there proving though that he's making adjustments and he's getting better. So I'm like, that's one of the guys that you give him the first month of the year minimum. I'm like, you got to let him run out. If he sucks, he sucks. But what also doesn't help him is the whole lineup doing nothing. So that also makes it look even worse.
It's the easiest spot to plug and play because who else?
And because
you can't do anything with Hagee, especially because Gary hasn't looked bad.
Right.
Tyler Wade, we know can't hit. Rougned Odor is terrible. Like, who else do you swap out other than Hicks?
Well, that's why now, that's why depth is always good too. And you have other guys on the bench that could take over because that lineup I put out there, I still think is the best one they could do. I still think is the best one they could do right now. Yeah, Ford's already up. Find a spot to get Gittins up there. Have that little platoon early on. See what it does. If it doesn't do anything, oh well, you tried something new. Get Florial out there in center field or even left field and figure things out. I mean, does anybody really expect Aaron Hicks is going to turn it around to be an all-star or play like an all-star the rest of the way? No, he's just not. He's never been that.
I think the Tommy John sapped his whatever value he had.
Well, they're asking him to be somebody he's not. He's not this all-star center fielder, great caliber ball player, especially not a number 3 here on the Yankees. No. That's the problem. Who is this? What nerd is this coming from?
He's a number 7. He's a number 7, number 8 guy.
100%.
Not on our team, maybe on the Orioles. I don't think he should even be in the lineup on any top team in any division.
I don't want him to do this, but didn't he, maybe it was before DJ got there, didn't he hit leadoff a lot? And wasn't he actually succeeding at leadoff? Yes,
well, it's a good spot for him because he walks.
Yeah.
So it makes more sense because batting him third, it's like, all right, I was raised as the number 3 hitter is the best hitter on the team. You're not the top 6 best hitters on this club. So what the hell are you doing? Oh, you're lucky because you bat switch and there's a right-hand hitter lineup. Well, that doesn't make sense to me either.
No.
The Yankees are trying this weird thing with the 3-hole because they're trying to be ahead of the curve and they're trying to start something that's not gonna catch because it sucks. Like no other team in their right mind is going to be like, yeah, the 3-hole is actually not where you put your best hitter. It's actually where you put one of your worst hitters to break up your other good hitters. Because
Right.
according to the computer, if you don't shut
Right.
just put the best hit. Like the best hitters need the most at bats.
Whoever said that, you're fired.
Yeah,
Right there, the spot.
Yo,
Get out. Get your shit. Go. Come on. Get out of the room.
Go to sleep. Just
Go to bed. Go to bed. Take a nap.
Don't wake up.
Nah.
That we're done. We're done.
All
with
right,
that.
guys. I gotta wrap this thing up. The wife just messaged me and said, "Baby, it's time to get inside." Not like that. I gotta.
I didn't even take it that way till you said it.
I know Francis. Dominicans, man. I know
I don't know.
Francis' head was already somewhere else.
I don't know, man. You gotta go. You gotta go.
Oh man. All right, folks. So honestly, everybody in the chat, thank you so much for all the comments. These are always so much fun. We're gonna be doing these throughout the year. I mean, it's gonna be nonstop. I can't wait till we have the full house. So we missed Arby today. Felix was gonna join. We missed Felix from joining. So it's gonna be fun. We have everybody on. Austin, thank you for joining this one.
You got it.
Joe, again, great. Francis, great. Hopefully Arby and everybody else gets on the next ones. And yeah, we keep going from there. All right. Thank you, everybody.